Jesus. There we go. All right. Welcome to the coffee shop, everybody. Give me a second to get myself situated. I can't see the chat window just yet. I was dropping a couple of answers in there a minute ago. There we go. Just kind of get myself comfortable. I could be up for a while, so it's 9:30 p.m. where I am. I want to make sure I'm comfy. Almost ready. Almost ready. There we go. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right. That's comfy. Oh, see, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on the chart over here now. So this trade seems like it's kind of going okay. I've entered into a bit of a range. A little sluggish activity going on. I don't like what I see is happening right now. It looks like I think this trade is going to go against me as a liquidity grab, but then it's going to come back down to where I want it to. Let's see what's happening in the messages. Okay, here we go. Hey, Jonathan Matthews. What's up, buddy? So NTH. Okay. Hi, NTH ASMR. Do me a favor and drop your name in the chat room because I don't know what your name is. Sorry, guys. Just want to let you know that there may be some buffering going on. Just want to let you know that. Not sure why that's happening. I think it's a YouTube issue, so there will be some buffering. You might see that. YouTube is not getting enough video. Yeah, right. My connection's good. Stop bothering me. Okay, fine. Here we go. And then here, analytics. There we go. All right, so let me see. What's going on in the chat room? What's the names of the indicators? Quest D23 is asking. What's the names of the indicators? Can't see names. Okay. All right, so Quest. Let me get to your answer right here. So here, the Heiken Ashi algo. Oh, wait. Do I have some setting wrong in my YouTube video or something? No, everything looks like it's the right appropriate size. All right, so it must be your screen. You must be on a laptop or something. So the indicator at the bottom, this is the Heiken Ashi algo, which a lot of people have. Quite the number of people have it. Let me just type this in here. Okay, so go to your indicators tab. Quest, this is for you. Ashi algo. All right, just type that in, Ashi algo, and look in the community scripts. Okay. Ashi algo. Look in the community scripts for the Heiken Ashi algo oscillator, right? By Coffee Shop Crypto. Do me a favor, click this button. Click that. And I want to get this thing up to 2,000 boosts. So I need like another 185 boosts on this thing, and another 185 people to download this thing or to boost it. When it hits 2,000, I'm going to take the Stochastic indicator, the Stochastic. I'll put it on my chart in a minute. I will take the Stochastic and I am going to add something very special to it and then release it for free. Okay, I'm going to finish updating the code and you'll see what that is. Anyway, I want to get this to 2,000. There is a special indicator that I've been working on, and I've been waiting to finish the website before I release it. If the boosts here get to 2,000, I will release that indicator before the website. Okay, so type in Ashi algo. If you cannot spell, Heikin-Ashi algo oscillator. Okay. All right, Quest. There you go. That's one. So the Heikin-Ashi algo is there. And on the chart, I have a few things on here. Not this. I have a few things happening on here, right? I have a pivot cloud, which something I developed. It's something that I'm working on right now. If I put on a different chart, you'll see how well it works. Oh, let's go to Bitcoin because I'm on Ethereum right now. All right, close. There we go. So here's Bitcoin, right? And this does a really good job of showing you like where your support and resistance areas are, even on higher time frames. Okay, these are all pivot levels, but then there's like, you know, a nice little center line that you have to cross. You have to cross through this area to be able to reach a key level on the other side. So if you did not have this, right, and you had your price action playing out, you draw your support and resistance levels, right? But in my case, what I like doing is I like drawing out key levels. So we've got this. This is a key level for me, right? I take that and I just kind of draw it out. I'm choosing this because of the way the price action moves. Also, the algo is showing you that this is a key level, okay? There's a key level right here. See this green column? This green column is a pivot level. It's on the wrong side of zero. The green ones belong on the top. The red ones belong on the bottom. This green one is on the bottom. That means here's a high of the RSI. And then when it makes the next high, the second high is going to be a key level here. And that is what I just drew out right here. I want this candle. That candle is a key level. And it will be a level of support or resistance or what have you. And you can see how nicely that works out, right? See, price comes down, taps into it, moves back up, comes down. It's going to come back down. It's going to tap into it again. That's that, right? So how do you find the top one? Well, same way. Key levels are relevant until price closes all the way through them. Then the key level's gone, right? So this was a key level, as an example. This was a key level. But it's not anymore because price closed through it. So now it turns into this. But then it closed through it again. Okay, so now it's no good. Gone. Then I got a new key level right here. Okay, I got a new one here. Well, nope, that's not it. Here's one right here. See, there we go. There we go. I'm looking for a green or a red bar on the wrong side. Here is this one. Still there. Let me just kind of get rid of this. I do it more from a visual standpoint. And here's one here. Right there. That's it. That's a key level. So this is a range that you trade inside of. So the Heikin-Ashi algo does something special, which is another video I'm going to show you on how it draws out key levels and how it shows the termination of a trend. Like it shows you the end of a trend. Definitely the end of a trend, okay? Heikin-Ashi algo, there's a new Macchia trend RSI, which is a new type of RSI. Works just like the RSI in the algo, but they pair together nicely. Some people said that, you know, there's too much going on in the algo for them to get used to it. Like there's too much stuff. So this is a whittled down version of the RSI, a version of this. And it has this special histogram inside of it, which tells you which way price is moving. Is it a scalp? Is it a actual long or is it actual short, right? Does a whole bunch of things. There's going to be some time to go by. Some more coding I need to do to finish calculating the algorithm inside of this. But it does a really good job of telling you when price or when momentum is lost, and it tells you where price is going to go to next. Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but it always tells you where price is going to go to next, right? So this tells you, based on the history of the RSI, where the price is going to when you lose momentum, right? So what else do we have on here? We've got the pivot cloud, okay? That's what I was coming here to show you. I'm going to leave these key levels here for a second because I get the feeling they're going to be relevant. Let me go into the pivot cloud right here, change the settings. I'm on a 1 minute chart. So I want to see 5 minute on the high time frame. My short-term pivots, we're going to go for 9. And these are going to be 4 Okay, high time frame pivots are going to be 4, like every 4 pivots. That's what I want to see. So there we go. So it's a pivot indicator, right? But this little cloud here, this is basically a resistance area, and you got to break outside of it. So what it essentially is, it's working like, it is a dynamic, not a dynamic order block. How do I? It's a dynamic key level that you have to keep breaking outside of, or dynamic resistance area. Once you're inside this area, you scalp. Once you're outside this green area, you trade long or you trade short. That's it. That's basically what it's telling you, right? So you break out of that area, you break the pivot, and now you can retest this area. See, you retested this dynamic area, and you break long, a nice long. But once you get inside this area, right, when you're inside of it, you have to be careful there. And you can only scalp, right? So price made its way back up to what? Let's say up to this level, right? This is a key level. And I can't see it in the history, but this is a key level. Let's take a look into the back right here. I didn't want that. Go over here with it. There. See? Key level. There we go. So it's drawing dynamic key levels that you have to break inside and out of. And that's the pivot cloud. So no one has that one. There's the express shift. Okay? Express shift. Like an espresso. Okay? This is drawing, what do you call it? It's drawing pivot levels, but it's drawing out the levels where price has shifted into the other direction. But it's doing it on 3 different lengths at the same time. Okay? And I still have to finish doing the calculations for this. I think I need to set this for 7, 14, and I think I want to go with 28, right? Once I do that, and like I said, I have to finish doing the calculations for this to see how well it's going to work. And yes, it's just giving me an error right now, so it's not working as we speak, which is fine because it's not a completed script. But if I switch that back to its default, here we go, then it actually works. So I have to finish doing some things here. There we go. And the thripple, this one, everybody has the thripple. Everybody loves the thripple. Basically, it is coloring your bars based on the MACD histogram and like what the MACD is doing. So if you recognize the colors, it's because they are the MACD colors. And this is a downtrend. This is the end of an uptrend, right? This is a full uptrend. Like dark red means downtrend. Like pink is, loss of momentum. Dark green means uptrend. Light green means the loss of the uptrend, right? And it has 4 moving averages. You can set 12 and 26, the first 2. These are going to be your MACD settings. And these are your 2 moving averages. So pretty simple little setup. There you go. So you wanted to know what indicators are on the chart? That's what's on the chart. Okay. Let's go back to where I was before. Here. I'm in a trade. Looks like it's working against me. Here we go. Just want to see what's happening with that. I can take this off now, huh? Boop. There we go. Let's see. Thank you, Manu. The video looks good. Thank you. Let me see what we got. What up, guys? Okay, that's me talking. Okay. Joshua Stone, excited to finally catch a live stream. Hey to everyone here. What's up, Joshua Stone? I see you have not been in. What do you call it? You have not attended a live stream. I don't remember seeing your name in a live stream. So welcome to it. I'm sorry that there's a huge buffer going on right now. So if I'm seeing your messages and I'm answering them, just give it some time for me to answer it. I hope that I hope that YouTube is not like buffering your stream on your end. Jonathan Matthews, welcome. And thank you, Mano, for letting me know that the video looks good. Cool. Thanks. So let's see, where are we here? So I wasn't really doing much tonight. Like, if you guys want to drop some messages, that's fine. It's up to you. It's really what tonight is all about. There's no specific topic. Anything you want to ask about is fine. You know, phrases, terms, stuff like that. If anything you want to know about. I'm simply using these indicators on my chart right now because I'm hardcore testing them. Like, you can't get more hardcore testing new indicators unless you bring them down to like a 1 minute chart. I've been working with this Macchia trend. Okay, Macchia trend, right? I've been working with this for a few weeks now, and it's been a little difficult to stay on board with it because I actually was in Texas when I created it. I was living in Texas, and now I'm living in the New York area. So it's a 1,600-mile journey, and I had to drive here and like bring all my stuff with me. So it's been a little difficult. That's why I have not been doing any videos just yet. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. The Macchia trend indicator right there on my chart. Basically, this is an RSI with a moving average for the RSI. Set this for 7. Right? It's an RSI with a moving average for the RSI. And then there is everyone knows about the stochastic RSI, right? Well, this is not the stochastic that's in there. I know how the stochastic calculates, right? And I understand like how the calculation takes place and whatever. So I decided to come up with my own formula for a smoothed version of a type of stochastic RSI. This calculation for this does not exist anywhere except for in my indicator. No one will have it. This will be a private indicator. I do not want anyone to have the code for this. You will not be able to get it. You can try and reproduce it if you want. And no, it is not a histogram that shows you. Oh, look, here comes my drop. I'm in a short trade right now. Let's see. There we go. My trade played out. There we go. Okay. I want to see where it's going to go to next. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, the last time it crossed down, key level is down here. Right here. Okay. So I'm going to enter into a secondary short trade. All right. Short. Go down here. Come on. Right down there, roughly. Okay. It's going to be really hard to get down to this level, but I want to see if we're pushing a leg down. There's all of this liquidity right now down here. All of this liquidity right here, right down to this level here. And if you look, you can see that price made its way down here, right to that same level. Okay. Right to that same level. Made a huge wick coming down. It's going to pop back up. I think it's going to pop back up and then pop back down again. I'm not sure. We'll see. But my first analysis was correct. I was looking here, right here, somewhere on the chart. I was looking at something. And then I waited for the entry to like present itself. There was something that took place on the algo. And it was basically telling me, hey, you actually missed the entry of the move, but go ahead, you can get in, right? Which is pretty good because the price didn't really come against me too far. Didn't come against me too hard. But I figured it was going to get from here to this point, and it, sure enough, it did exactly that, right? See, there. I'll take these out. Okay. And this, so for some of you haters out there who are claiming that I don't trade and I only code indicators, here you go. Okay, I just entered into this trade a little while ago. I entered here. This was my target, and here comes the price, right? So we're good there now. My current new target is going to be down here. There. And that is based off of this level. It's not a real move right here. I don't like this one. I like this. I'm going to move my target. Give me a second, guys. Just kind of working on something here. We have a channel. I'll get back to answering that question in just a second. I just want to take care of little business. Little business. Here we go. I want to go to the previous high right there. There. Okay. I'm taking this high and this low, drawing a channel, and I'm covering this low and this low on this with this channel. This was some, a lot of pump going up, but obviously price couldn't hold and it broke down. So I want to see that it comes back down into this area. It's going to give me a better understanding of where to get into the secondary short trade. There we go. There we go. Okay, this is going to be a scalp down to, no, that's not going to be it. It's already beyond that one. Yep. Okay, I'll have to wait for that entry. I'm in the trade now, but I got in way early. So anyway, so the Macchia trend, it is an RSI with an RSI moving average, but there is a particular type of, oscillator that I put into the background, right? It has nothing to do with the RSI, okay? Absolutely nothing to do. The colors, however, of that oscillator are being colored by the movement of the RSI. So that's the only, that's the only connection. The color of these bars is dependent on the position of the RSI and what it's doing. So at a glance, I can look at it and say, hey, I'm either scalping long or I'm trading long. For me, there's two kinds of long trades and two kinds of short trades. You're either scalping long or you're trading long. You're either scalping short or you're trading short. And this just gives me a quick visual reference of what I should be doing, okay? And I'll get into that in another video when I release this indicator, and I'll show you guys all of what it does. But there is a special type of oscillator taking place. It is a stochastic type indicator. It's not a stochastic. It is a stochastic type of calculation. It's a how do I put it? I don't want you to think that there's a stochastic RSI back there. That's not what that is, okay? I'm just saying the format, the type of the calculation, the formula for it works like the stochastic, but it uses completely different variables, okay? So let me see. I got a message here. What's going on? Yep. Okay. Sorry, I just saw this. Let's try to finish it. No worries. There we go. Just so somebody who wants to get with me, on some conversation about strategies, stock market analysis, chart analysis, and stuff like that. So the Macchia trend is really cool because it tells you not only, for example, it tells you not only do you have a loss of the uptrend momentum, you have downtrend momentum starting, and you have a lot of push in that downtrend taking place. So the downtrend takes place, you got a couple of interruptions, and then the downtrend really takes off, right? So like your RSI is telling you the uptrend is over, the downtrend has begun here. And so anyone can say, oh, well, the RSI broke below zero over here. I could just wait for it to break below zero and get into my trade. Oh, yeah, sure. You can try that if you want. But you can see that here, the RSI breaks above zero, right? Here you go. RSI breaks above zero. Does the price move up? Does it move up any significant amount? No. It just gives you this little pump. So you would have died. You've been stopped out here. Your trade is to the downside, right? So this Macchia trend is like a shot of espresso in layers for your price chart. Yeah, I said that. So any messages up here? Let's see what's happening. Hey, Eric, what's new in the coffee shop? Hey, Dre the Trader. RSI formula. Thank you, Jonathan Matthews. I will RSI formula that break high. We'll see how that goes. Dre the Trader, what's up? What's new in the coffee shop? I'm actually talking about those things right now. I'm sorry. There's a huge buffer taking place on YouTube right now. I'm not sure why. I'm seeing your message and I'm reading it at 9:55 my time, but I'm guessing you won't see this for like another 5 minutes. It's really like the buffer is awful. Okay. So yeah, just that. So anyway, so yeah, I've got like, I want to say there's like a dozen indicators that I have, which I have not released. I've been building them, like just a huge portfolio of indicators. There's 3 types of pivot indicators. There's a new formula for an RSI, which did not exist before. What do you call it? There's a new formula for an RSI. There is, what do you call it? The Thripple, which I hope you already have, which is a MACD type moving average for your chart, right? Let me just delete all this stuff. We don't need that. It's the MACD type moving average for your chart, which is really great because the MACD is coloring the bars here, right? So you know what your MACD is doing when you're in a downtrend, when you're in an uptrend, and if you're pumping up or just, you know, a little pullback or whatever the case may be. That is called the Thripple. And you can just type in if you want to have it. If you don't have it, it's called, you can get it by going here, 3PL. There you go. 3PL for Thripple, okay? It's the only one in the community scripts done by Coffee Shop Crypto. It's the only one named the Thripple, okay? Coffee Shop Crypto Thripple MA, all right? And you know, I always put a write-up about every indicator that I use. What else is new in the coffee shop? Well, I can show you this thing right now that the algo is doing for you guys. It tells you exactly when the trend that you're looking at, the short-term trend, when the trend is over and there's going to be an adjustment. All right. So in the case of this, let's just say we have a, what do we have? A 50 and a 200 moving average, right? We got a 50 and a 200 moving average. So we're only looking for up trade. We're only looking for an uptrend, right? The only thing we want to do is trade long at this point, okay? Until you get a divergence, always watch for your divergence, right? Like there's one here. Right away, boom, boom, right? Another divergence here, there, okay? See, divergence done, trade goes south, and it doesn't really come up again, right? So let's get rid of that. So let me go back here when we're in the uptrend, and I'll show you how to see when these pullbacks are over. Pullback is over and you can get into the uptrend trade, right? Because, you know, you can do a trade going long above your moving averages, right? But when this pullback takes place, you want to know when the pullback is actually over, right? So that you can start trading long again, right? Okay, well, the algo is telling you that. It's telling you that. All you have to do is set it up a different way. We'll go here. Do I have another message? Nope, I do not. All right. So here, go to your algo. See, there's another message here. How are you making it even better? No, Manao, sorry. I'll get back. Sorry, Dre the Trader, just give me a second. Manao, no, I'm not making the RSI formula even better. I'm making how it displays on your chart even better. Okay? Yes, that's what I'm doing. Let me see. I like the update you have there on the ASCII algo. The candles in the back, is that from high time frame? No, Dre the Trader. The candles in the background of the algo, those are not candles. Those are columns, and they have nothing to do with high time frame. They are current time frame, and I'll show you what they are right now. Okay. Also, Manao, talking about that RSI indicator, it is just another type of RSI with a smoothing oscillator built into it, so you can actually see both the oscillator, so you can both see the oscillator and the RSI at the same time and help you understand momentum. Okay. Can you get a preview, Manal? You want a preview of what? The new RSI indicator, right? Which would be the Macchia trend. Okay, I'm calling it the Macchia trend. Supply and demand. I like your username. Really cool. Manal. Yes, I'm going to do a preview on the Macchia trend during this video. So yes, hands up, buddy. Give me some hands up on the screen, okay? Everybody who wants to see a preview of the Macchia trend, okay, let me show you. The Macchia trend is this one. This one. That's the Macchia trend. This is the Macchia trend RSI by Coffee Shop Crypto. Okay. If you want a preview of how to use this, I'll show you. But the Macchia trend is not available in TradingView just yet. There's still some calculations that I need to do. All right. So everybody who wants to see a preview of this, leave a 1 on the chat window. That'd be really cool, right? Dre the Trader. Big hands up from Dre the Trader. Thank you. There was another question I saw here. I like the update. I mean, I'll go the candle. Oh, yeah. So Dre the Trader, you were asking about... Dre the Trader, you were asking about the candles in the background of the algo. Let's talk about that real quick. So I want you guys to understand something, okay? These strategies and settings that I show you for the algo and other indicators, they are not strategies that you connect together and use them all and try and understand every bit of them, all that stuff. What I am showing you is bits and pieces of how to use each individual indicator with different settings. Why? Because right now, let's be honest, 99% of you are watching YouTube channels for about 10% of your day, right? Let's be honest. And what you're doing is you're sticking to YouTube and just scrolling through the shorts, until you find until you find a video that really, really sticks with you, okay? And you really like this strategy that you come across, and you're like, oh, that's badass. I like that. I'm going to use that strategy. I'm going to make millions. You are not going to be millionaires overnight or even over the course of a couple of months, even if you traded positively every single day. I'm going to give you an idea about something. If you made 0.5% gain every day on your portfolio for the course of a year, you would only increase your portfolio by like 130%. Think about that. So if you started a portfolio with $100, right? I'll get back to these settings in a second. And I just want to go over this real quick. I don't want you guys to have the misconception. Trading is a nice hobby. If it makes you feel good, go ahead and do it. If you're not losing money and you're doing okay with it, go ahead and do it. If you leverage and you set your risk reward appropriately, go ahead and do it. That's fine. Guys, go ahead and do it. I am not here to tell you what to do with your money. It's not what I'm here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your hobby. But I do not want you guys to be under the misconception that you can find a strategy, a single strategy on YouTube that tells you how to win every single time. No, doesn't exist. Okay? Start with $100, trade 0.5% gain every single day for a year, and the only thing you are going to end up with is $230. That's it. That's what you get. Okay? From 100 to 230. So when you see a video that somebody says, oh, I made $5,000 in a trade today. Yeah, they made $5,000, but how much did they have to pay back? Okay, they got maybe 2% of that. That's it. So anyway, let me digress for a second. What I'm getting at is like these little strategies, like the one I'm going to show you in a second of like what to look for in the algo to know when your trend is over. What I'm going to show you is just something to see, okay? And you will see this show up randomly while you are in your trades. And it will tell you something is happening in the market. It's not that you're going to use this strategy all the time. It's just a glimpse at a fraction of something that happens in the market. And this is the easiest way to train you guys to be profitable traders, okay? I can't give you a full course in a single video. To say, hey, this is what you do step by step, 1 through 10, do all these things. You will not be able to remember all the steps. So it's best that I cover one thing today, you practice it. One thing next week, you practice it. And that's how it works, okay? So before I get onto this quick little setting thing, I just want to see any messages here. Hang on. Okay, Your videos stick 100% of the time. That's all I use, Manal. Thank you so much. 10%. That's a low number. 10%. 10% of what, Jonathan? Well, I forgot. 10%. You lost me. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. Eric, is the podcast you were talking about a while back still happening? You were going to talk about market makers and smart money concept. Yes, Manau. I had to put the podcast production on hold because. All right, so let me just kind of break down something for you here. Okay, I'm in the New York area right now. I moved here about a week and a half ago, and I did it because I had to. I basically sold my home in Texas at a loss, mind you. I sold it at a loss, had to pay to get out of it because there are other people in my family and they're getting older. So I decided that it was the right thing for me to do as a son to come back to my mother's home, to be near her while she helped, so I can help her take care of the elders in my family. I can't expect her to do it by herself. It's just not fair, right? Sorry, Dre, I'm not in New York. I'm in a New York area. I'm in northern Jersey, but like way, way, way up at the top, okay? But yes, I do visit New York often. And by that, I don't mean as a bridge and tunnel person. New York is my stomping ground. Lower Manhattan, I love it. Just top to bottom. If you ever want to get together, Dre, if you you're in New York, let's go to WoHop. And if you're in New York, you know what I'm talking about. So, let me see. Schmedrick the Magician. Dude, you've recently joined the channel, Schmedrick. Okay. Hi, Eric. Glad to see you're on live. Thank you. Any plans to update the Stochastic to be multi-time frame? Actually, supply and demand, yes. I do want the Stochastic to be multi-time frame. I'm going to test it out, but I don't imagine that it's going to work too well because it is a very fast oscillating indicator. So to have it set a time frame might be a little dangerous and choppy. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to release a version of the algo that only plots current and high time frame RSI, right? Current RSI and high time frame RSI. But there will be several things missing from that version of the algo because you won't need to have it turned on all the time, all right? Just running through my questions real quick, and then I'm going to get to this setting on the algo for you guys. Let me see if I miss anything. Video stick. When will this ASHI algo update be available? Dre the Trader. The ASHI algo update that you're talking about is the one. Hey, Willow Dean. Hey, what's up, buddy? The ASHI algo update that you're asking about, it's already published. I'm going to show you right now. Let me go to it right now. I'm going to show you right now how to reset some settings in your algo so it can look like mine. Okay, so Dre the Trader and Manau, watch very carefully. Jonathan Matthews, you're a smart guy. You probably already did this. You probably already did this yourself. So what I want to do is I want to show you this little trick here, okay, in the algo. You can see that price is at this point here. Your 50 and your 200, right? Your 50 is above your 200. You should be doing long trades at this point, right? You should only be taking longs, okay? Only longs is what we're looking for. So that means you want to know when is your uptrend over, right? And you have to start looking for your next entry for your uptrend, right? I got another message over here. Sorry. There's a lot going on today. When are you typically available? Let me see. I'm on live YouTube right now. Let's get together tomorrow, any time of day. I can be free. Meantime, join the live. Okay, there we go. All right. A lot of stuff going on. Anyway, so you're only doing long trades, right? So every time that you see a pullback taking place, you want to know when is the pullback over, and you can start entering your long trade again, right? That's what you want to find out. You want to know when is the pullback over, and when can you enter your long trade. Okay, so the algo is basically telling you when you can do that, right? So these little bars in the background of the Heiken Ashi candles, I'm going to turn off the Heiken Ashi. Just turning off the Heiken Ashi. Don't freak out. Where? I lost them? Yeah, there we go, right there. So you see these little bars. They're columns, okay? What I did was I simply went to, well, let me digress for a second. I went to the algo a couple of days ago and I updated something, right? There were these trend lines that the algo was drawing for you, right? Remember? The trend lines were there. There we go. 14. You just didn't have a setting for them, okay? So these trend lines would show up and they were locked to the length of the RSI. What I did was I went into the code and I allowed you to change the trend line look back. Now, you can set it for something shorter than the RSI because before the trend line was only drawing according to the length of the RSI. I'm going to set it for 9, right? And you see where the trend line is now, okay? So it's looking for a pivot length of 14. Now it's looking for a pivot length of 9. Come on, switch. I'm waiting. There we go. So you could see how I'll just cut the chart right here. All right. So, and let me turn off the moving average. Turn it off. I'll get to the settings just a second. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. So on the chart right now, I have my algo, right? It's got the high pivot line, the high trend line, the low trend line, and the RSI. And you can see how the RSI kind of breaks it every once in a while. You remember some time ago, I said that you can actually take the RSI highs and lows, right? Here's a high. I'll just start from here. Draw through another high. And when the RSI breaks that level, you should be able to trade long. The RSI breaks trend lines the same way price does. Same thing, right? Here's that high, like over here. Here's the high, same as the RSI. Here's another high right here. Draw a line right through it. See? Now, the RSI breaks here. The RSI has to make 2 highs across a trend line. It breaks it, then it makes another high. Here's your entry right there. If you notice, the triple is colored green. It's no longer light red. Now it's green. This is your move up. It also breaks your moving average. So this is a beautiful entry right here. Okay. Now, to be able to draw these trend lines, it might get tedious. What if the algo was drawing the trend lines essentially for you and you just look at where it was before, right? You just look into the past and see where it was. No problem, right? So these trend lines will not show up until there is a new high or a new low, like you can see here. There is no trend line, right? Because the RSI has a high, but it has no other highs. There's no green candles. No more highs, okay? I'm gonna leave that there. Let's move forward, move forward, move forward. Come on, catch up. I got a high, but it is not higher than my previous high. It needs to be a new high. That's the only way it works, right? There you go. See how this trend line pops up now? Okay. So you get the trend line, and then the RSI makes a second high. Like I said, it has to get one high, and then the RSI needs to make a second high. Here's your high, right there. Here's your other high right here. And look what happens there. So you should be able to take a small trade long from this point. And again, I didn't go into the settings yet of the algo. I'm just letting you know why it works this way. Why did the trend lines show up on the RSI? Some people draw trend lines on their RSI left and right. They just do it automatically. For me, that was a little tedious. I wanted an oscillator that draws the trend lines on the RSI on its own. And this does exactly that, right? So you should be able to enter long from here, okay? Personally, I wait for the price to break the previous swing high, which is actually this level. I want to close above that level. Then I would enter my trade. Here's my swing low down here, all right? So let's see what happens. Next candle, big move up. I didn't set my reward. I was just setting an entry level just to show you what happens. See, the RSI broke the trend line, made a second high. I entered the trade, and then this big candle shows up immediately. So what you are doing is essentially you are entering the trade when the previous momentum is lost. What did I say in the beginning of the video? You want to know when you're in an uptrend, right? You want to know when your pullbacks, your downtrends within the uptrend, right? The corrective wave. Here we go. So you have an uptrend, right? But an uptrend doesn't happen that way. It's uptrend, corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive wave, right? This is the impulse. This is price correction. The impulse, the price correction. You want to know when the correction is over, and you can start entering an upwards move. That's what you want to find out. How do you do that? The algo is showing you by trend lines. Okay, what if you had a little bit better visual? Go to your settings, turn off everything. Everything. The only one thing you want is the RSI, the pivot high and low trend line, and put on your Heikin Ashi candles. That's really all you need, okay? But take these two and make them columns. There. When the columns show up, the green ones are supposed to be above zero. The red ones are supposed to be below zero, because this is a high trend line and a low trend line. That's it, okay? But what happens when you have a low trend line on top of zero? It's on the wrong side of the oscillator. The other thing I did was, okay, all 14s here, right? Because I want to match the RSI, 14. The moving average, we're not using the moving average for this video, so don't worry about it. The RSI trend line look back. I'm setting this to between 7 and 9. Why? I'm setting it to an average of half of the RSI. I want to see a trend line 2 times faster than the RSI, right? If the RSI is 14, 2 times faster than that would be 7. I'm on a 1-minute chart, so I want to give myself some breathing room. I want to set it for 9, okay? So that's it. That's all you got, right? Go to your style, turn off everything except for RSI, trend lines, and the candles. Go to your inputs, make sure you're all 14s, right? And the trend line look back, set it for 7 or 9 or whatever the case may be. Now, don't forget, these are columns. Set them as columns, okay? And you end up with this. Do you remember where I set that trend line, right? It said I said it was in a downtrend, right? I was in a downtrend, and then all of a sudden this shows up. So I drew my trend line from the green bar to the green bar, right through it. On price, same thing. Matching here to here, draw it through it. If you break above this, if your next candle closes above the trend line, and you don't even close anywhere below it, like there should be no body. The body of the candle should not be below that trend line, okay? This is a clear confirmation that you can enter long. And I don't know, Jonathan, you said to use the RSI formula, right? Let's go. RSI formula here. Here's the swing low. There's a swing low right there. The RSI formula says 1 to 2 point. I'm looking here, okay, at the RSI. 1 to 2.31. Okay. 2.31, huh? 2.31. There. That's about what I got. Then set your actual swing low. Okay. Let's see what we get. There you go. Done. That was pretty easy. That's a nice, call it, let's say, 0.2% trade is complete, nice and safe. Nothing touches my stop loss. I'm short of the exit, but it doesn't really matter. I don't get caught in any kind of pullback. There are trades where if you set your trade and you're way up here and you end up with just a wick, you could, if you're working with certain types of brokers, the spread of your candle needs to be so much that even though the candle crosses your take profit, you don't close your trade. Like, it won't close automatically. And this is for you more advanced scalpers, okay? If you don't set your take profit within where the body of the candle will be, you could very well lose that trade, all right? So you want to make sure you set somewhere in a good spot. Now, how did I find this? There's two ways to find this. So if you are in an uptrend and you see a pullback, you're waiting for that candle, that column to break back above, and the RSI has to make a second move higher than that level. Okay, so here's the RSI value of 2.13. The next RSI value is higher than that. It made a new high, right? And another high. Two highs. You need two highs in your RSI. That's your entry. You need two highs in your RSI after a downtrend. That is to continue your uptrend. Now, how do you know that your uptrend is over and you should wait for your move, or you should scalp short, right? Even though you're in an uptrend, you can still catch moves going down. You can do that, okay? The algo is also telling you that, okay? So I'm going to give you a break. Let me go check the messages, and we'll get back to how to find the uptrend, okay? I'll tell you in a second. How to find that the uptrend is over. You are now in a downtrend, but it is only a scalp in a downtrend. The algo will also tell you where to get out of that scalp, okay? It's going to give you a limit. You can target that limit, right? That take profit. It's telling you. You don't even need extra moving averages and all this stuff on your chart. You don't need it, okay? So let's see what the thing is here. Let's see. 10% number, supply and demand. Any plans to update the Stochastic multi-time frame? Okay, so glad to see you. Part of New York, okay. I'm in ATL, Dre the Trader. I'm in Atlanta, but lived in New York for a while. Okay, thanks. Willow Dean, nice to have you here. Stochastic on 15-minute is money. Just want to enter on 5-minute. Just want to enter a 5-minute or 1 minute. Okay, so supply and demand. Here's what I would do. Set yourself up with two charts on your screen. Okay, split chart, whatever. What do you call it? Put a Stochastic on both of them. All right. Well, you really just need it on the use the body of the candle. I'll get to that I'll get to that in a second, but now. All right, supply and demand. You should. It sounds like your trading style is a top-down analysis, which means you're looking at a high time frame and then switching to a low time frame, right? To enter your trade. Really good. Kudos to you. A lot of credit to you. That's what you should be doing, right? What do you call it? Put the Stochastic only on your higher time frame chart, like your 15-minute chart. Put it there. But put your RSI on your lower time frame chart, okay? And then do a comparison between the two. When you see the entry before I say the wrong thing, when you see the entry begin according to price action on your 15-minute chart, okay, look at your Stochastic for a confirmation of momentum. Go to your 5-minute chart and look for the same entry confirmation, the entry confirmation of your RSI, okay? Then watch the Stochastic on the 15-minute. Watch it on the 15-minute for an exit. The Stochastic is a stochastic RSI, okay? It's just showing you as Heikin-Ashi candles. That's really all it's doing. Do not use the Stochastic for entries. You use it for confirmations. It is not a leading indicator, so don't use it that way. It is not an entry indicator, but it works very well as an exit indicator, okay? You want to see when the Stochastic has trouble crossing the center line, okay? The zero level. You want to, if it's curving down, goes all the way to the bottom, and then comes up, but it doesn't cross the center of the oscillator, the the uptrend is over. And if it does it the other way, if it's trying to come down from the top, but it won't touch the center from the top, if it won't touch the center of the oscillator, then your downtrend is over. you have to wait, okay? You have to cross that center. Jonathan Matthews, what's the best setting for the Stochastic? Jonathan, gonna be honest with you, there is no such thing as a best setting. There is a setting that I prefer to use, okay? Generally, anywhere from the 1 minute to 30-minute chart, I like using, hang on, here. Let me get rid of some things that I don't need here. Express shift is going to stay. I'll take this one off. So I want to tell you the number, but I don't want to confuse you. Okay, so we go here. So here comes the Stochastic. Come on, load up. There we go. So the Stochastic has default settings, right? And there we go. And they are 8, 3, 14, 14. What I've been finding to be very well used is either 3 or 5. Okay, and that is, we'll just say 3 or 5. 5, 3, 14, 14. Okay, and that is for a RSI matching Stochastic. Listen to what I'm saying. An RSI matching Stochastic. If your RSI is set for 14 and it's on your chart and you're going to put the Stochastic on there and you want them to be cohesive with each other, then 5, 3, 14, 14 or 3, 3, 14, 14, right? You see how noisy a 1 minute chart. It's very noisy. And again, if you're using it to compare to your RSI, that's your settings. However, in the case of Mr. Supply and Demand, you're using the Stochastic on a higher time frame, but you're trading on a lower time frame. What I would do for you is RSI length. I would leave this at 14, but the stochastic length, I would change that to anywhere from 24 to 28. Sorry, right there. I would change that to 28 and set this for 8. Okay, there's a reason for that, because you want this to have a smoother look. You want it to move a little bit more slowly, okay? This is what you're going to want. And again, you're going to want that because you're looking for exits. You're looking for exits, right? If on a higher time frame, you have entered into this, like overbought or oversold level, if that's where you've entered into, then on your lower time frame, you're looking for a confirmation of the same thing. Your Stochastic on the lower time frame should tell you the same thing. If they're both telling you the same thing with different settings on different time frames, then yes, you get out of that trade. Like I said, the Stochastic is a exit indicator, not an entry indicator, okay? It does a really good job of telling you that the trend is continuing, but it will never tell you that the trend has begun, right? It won't tell you that. So I'm going to get rid of the Stochastic. We don't need that. Back to the questions. Let me see. Whatever I use is the best setting. I'm going to be honest with you, Jonathan. The stochastic RSI is an indicator that I rarely use, because I'm as good as I'm not going to say as good as I am. I'm saying as good as I can be at times. I've always had trouble with the stochastic, and it's always been because of the way it views. It's just the way it looks. Okay. It's just very kind of visually unappealing. I don't like it. There's several indicators. I refuse to use them or test them or show them to you guys. I don't like the way they look, right? That's all. Let me see. What's the best setting? Fine. Okay, so we got that. Now, I think I covered everything here. Let's get into the algo once again, right? So I was just telling you how to enter into a trade real quick, right? You could see that the trend has begun anew, and you can get into after a pullback. This is a correction, right? See, price is moving up. This is the impulse. This is the correction. This is the impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, right? Now there should be a correction coming up. I just don't know where it is. Not really concerned. So, anything else here? Let's see. Nope, I'm good. Now, the thing is, you can see when your correction is over because you get a new high and a second high. So you know you can enter in. Correction is over. You want to enter into that long trade. Now, what happens before that? You're in the long trade, but you want to know when for sure you need to get out of that long trade and wait for another entry, right? So like I said earlier, when I set up the algo this way, hang on, I got to get my tea. Okay. When I set up the algo this way, I told you these columns behind the Heiken Ashi candles, they're green and they're red. Green ones belong above 0, red ones belong below 0. But what happens when you get a red one on the wrong side or a green one on the wrong side? Okay, so here's a perfect example right here. This is the actual end of momentum, and you should get out of this trade. Okay, let's kind of get myself adjusted here. Here's a downtrend with a termination. Okay, downtrend with a termination. Okay, you've got red below 0, down, 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 red below 0, red below 0. I'm talking about these columns, right? Here's another red one below 0, right? Then you get a green one below 0. I said the green ones belong above 0, right? This is a green one below 0. So that means this is a new high on your RSI. It's a new high on your RSI, and it's a new high on your price. So that would end up looking like, let's see, go here. I'm looking for the previous high. That's right there. That is the most recent high above 0. So that's here. And then go through this green bar right here. This is telling you that the downtrend is over. Okay? The downtrend's over. You're looking for longs at this point, because this green bar is on the wrong side. Here's a red bar on the wrong side, right? Actually, this is not a really great example because I'm actually in between the moving averages. Just notice that. But I want you to see a visual reference of what's happening here with price. Okay, I can't draw this one out because this is where stuff is ranging. There's no place for me to actually plot this. Here we go. Let's get rid of this and this. Let's get above. There we go. We're above both at this point. So, like I said, red one's below, green one's above. Here's a red one, but it's above. What does that mean? I'm going to draw a, I'm going to draw a trend line from the low through that level. Same place, right? I need to get through here. And I'm looking for the previous swing low. Oh, there's the previous swing low right there. This is the actual start of the move. Not here. That's the start of the move right there. I'm going through this first red bar on the wrong side right here. I go right there. Through the close of the candle. That's what I'm doing. I'm drawing a trend line. That's it. At that point, I know I'm going to range. I'm in an uptrend, but my uptrend is over. That's what that's telling you. Red bar above 0 means the uptrend is over. Green bar below 0 means the downtrend is over. Look. You know you're in a downtrend, right? Here's a green bar below 0. Your downtrend. Previous swing high right here. You're in a downtrend, and at some point, it's over. It just cuts right out. There's the green bar right there. There. The downtrend is over. So price should start swinging above that. How do you know when to actually enter the trade? Okay, simple. Look for the previous high and the previous low. Okay. Let me play this forward till I get a new set of bars. I want to see something on the wrong side. Let's see what we get. I should get something because there's a lot of activity going on. Here's perfect. Yep, that's great. Perfect. So I have a recent swing low, red bar on the wrong side. Swing low right there. Take this, go through the close of the candle right there. Now, I'm looking for the previous high and the previous low. Here. I'm only doing this to give you a visual reference, okay? Because you enter your trades when you close above a swing high or close below a swing low. But you need to be able to find them. Here's your current close with an RSI new trend line, right? You need the previous high and the previous low. It is literally a wick sticking out the most recent one above this and the recent one below this, right? So here's the high, here's the low. Once you break that range, you know you could trade long or short as long as there's no divergence, as long as the RSI is not overbought or oversold. Now, I should be only taking long positions because I am still above the moving averages. In my opinion, I'm kind of extended too far. So let's see. I broke below the trend line. See, like I said, uptrend was over, right? Uptrend was over. Now I'm in a downtrend. RSI crosses below 0. Hang on a second. If you watch carefully, you will see that the RSI is telling you where to exit your trade, right? Where did I start this line? I started it right here. That's my take profit. That's what I'm using for my take profit right there. As long as the RSI crosses 0 and makes a new low. This is a lower high. Now I have a low. Looks like I have a second low. Yes, I do. At this point, I want to take a short trade. It's a scalp. That's what I'm doing. It's very risky doing this. Okay, very risky doing this. But I'm going to do it in this, just in this sense. I want the previous swing highs right there for my swing high so I don't get stopped out. Right? Now, what you just did here was you drew a box around a key level. This is a short-term key level. Let's play it out. Come on, catch up. Let's go. Not sure why it's moving so slowly. It's really small candles now, huh? Oh, yep, went against me, like I said. It is very dangerous doing this. I will fail in front of people. That's fine. I have no problem doing that. However, you know, this is basically telling me, hey, price is supposed to swing back and connect to that key level. Anytime I end up with a failed trade like this, I want to see what happened. I want to know why did it fail, stuff like that. That's what I want to know. Let me see here. That was my entry right here. Swing low below this one. Nope, should be here. This, oh, I actually have my, there we go. That's actually the price I should be going after. So I think I simply entered in too early. That's all. I should have waited for a divergence or something like that. Either way. Let me see the messages real quick. In Atlanta, stuck cash in 50 minutes. Okay, okay, down 50 minutes. Whatever users. Is this being recorded? Willadine, I'm not recording it, but I'm sure it'll just stay up in the YouTube channel for a while. I'm sure. I don't have any music over the background, so YouTube should be keeping it up there for quite some time. Let's see. So this trade went against me. I'm gonna leave this up here anyway, right? And like I said, I'm above my moving averages. I should only be doing short trades and following the original strategy. Like I said, price came down. I got a new high on my RSI, right? And then I needed to break above that. This would have been my entry for a long trade right here, okay? And, you know, taking the short to here, we could fib that, right? Go from here. Here's the first bar. Here's the second bar. I'm going to this with the fib right there. And you can see how the Fibonacci tool, Fibonacci retracement that I redid. I just look at the RSI value at that point, right? This should be take profit 2. I see that price does make it to take profit 3, but according to the RSI value, I would only go to take profit 2, which just so happens to be my risk level, right? See, take profit 2 is here. Happens to be my risk level. And it happens to be, look at that, happens to be the top of this key level that I drew out. So my mistake, trying to trade against the trend. And there's a perfect example of why you guys should always follow that rule. Do not trade against the trend. Always trade with the trend. You have a better chance of price moving in that direction. as opposed to moving against you. So I will wholeheartedly admit that I made a mistake there. Should not have done that. Thought I was going to be able to get into a scalp short. What I didn't do is I didn't look for RSI exhaustion. I didn't look for that. This is a very healthy looking RSI according to what I see. So let's see here. Man, wish I knew this earlier with trading the SPY. Dre, wish you knew what trading the SPY. You're talking about how to catch those little reversals and stuff like that in the RSI? Is that what you're talking about? Sorry if you didn't. But yeah, the RSI does a really good job when you set up its moving average appropriately and you see these little columns show up the wrong way. Yeah, that's basically telling you that the RSI is it's moving against you, and you should exit that trade. There. All right, so what do we have here? Okay. Play out. Yeah, see here again. This is telling me that the uptrend is over. So this is a pullback beginning. All right. There are ways to do pullbacks, and I think it's a 1-to-1 risk reward or something like that. I don't remember what it is, but there's ways to do it. I don't really get involved in doing the pullbacks. I generally will just find a previous support level, right? There's one right here at the close of this candle. Here is a support level right there. And I see that because of the what do you call it? The RSI. Here's a close of this one. So there's a nice little level right here. There and here. There's a support and resistance level right at that point. Because the RSI moves down, bangs into something else. Hits the bottom, hits the top. That's what's happening. And let's see what's happening here. Okay, RSI starts continuing to the upside. I get no pivot highs, which is fine. At this point, I'm looking for divergences, by the way. There we go. New pivot high right there. So that basically means you have this and this, right? So you can use those columns when there's a gap between them. You can use them to really spot divergences if you start looking for them. Okay, there we go. Yep, we're still good. Let me take this off here. So I just wanted to show you real quick about knowing when the uptrend is over, and you can go from the low, through that column, right, through the close of this candle. Oops. So that's going to be from here through this candle right here. Okay. And you have to close below a previous swing low. You don't have a previous swing low. It's down here. Or you need to close above a previous swing high. There's a small swing high right there. This candle closes above it. That would have been your entry. Go long just a little bit, right? And, risk reward, just use whatever you use. So, I know that there was something else you guys wanted me to cover. Using this setting along with BBP Void, I'm seeing a lot of scalping options on the SPY. We'll try it out tomorrow. Thanks. So, Dre the Trader, Easter egg. Yes. You can swing trade on a 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute using this along with the void. Telling you right now, you can swing and trade. You can trade long, trade short. You'll be hitting that buy sell button all day long. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Oh, all right. So anyway, let's see what else we got going on in here today. Let me save the chart right there. I want to see actually what's happening in the market right now. Like now. Here. Oh, okay. So I'm still in this thing. Now you see this. It didn't take my trade. It didn't close my trade. Right? See, here's my take profit. And you can see that price crossed it at 20 minutes ago, but my trade did not close. Why is that? Like I said, the spread of the candle, right? The spread of the candle has to be enough to cover your trade. And this one did not cover my trade. So I'm still in this thing. I don't want to be, but there's nothing in particular telling me that I don't need to be either. Looks like it's still going to come down just a little bit. Anyway, so Macchia trend, right? We were going to talk about the Macchia trend. You guys wanted to know like how to use this real quick. Like I said, there's more calculations that need to be done with this one. But yeah. So I've been testing myself using this with no, with no moving averages, 0 moving averages. I want to be able to get good enough to trade this Macchia trend using just the Macchia trend. Okay. So like on here in the Macchia trend, you can see the RSI and the RSI moving average, right? You can see that the RSI crosses up the moving average with it and it's below 0, right? So here's the thing. When the cross up takes place on green bars, on green columns, but it's below 0, that means it's a scalp to the previous high. The previous high would be just before the RSI crossed down the moving average, like it did the opposite of this, okay? So that being said, this is a cross up below 0. I want to find the previous cross down above 0. Here's the cross up below 0. Here's the cross down above 0. You got me? So that means I'm looking for my entry here, my exit here. That's it. That's the move. That's it. That's the move. That's all I'm doing. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to go to that. I'm supposed to go to that high right there. There we go. That's my move. And if I put up the algo, then most likely at this point, you're going to see one of those green columns show up in the background of the algo, like right here. Let's see if it shows up. Because like I said, these pair together nicely right here. At this point in the algo, there should be a green bar. I'm sorry. There should be a red bar showing up above 0 right here. Let's see if it comes up. There. It didn't show up. The red bar is actually way over here. So this is the actual move against me. This is just a little scalp. So there's still more calculation to do. Like I said, there's more calculation to do. There's more activity that I need to, there's more formulas that I need to put into the background of this thing. But either way, this still is a nice little scalp to the long side because you end up trading. You go from here to here and you get out of your trade. Then it moves against you. So cross up below 0 with green bars is a scalp to the previous swing high. A cross down above 0 has to cross down above 0. With it being on the red bars, you look for the previous low. Okay? Cross down. It's an entry from here. And you're looking for the previous low. There's my previous low. Right there. You don't want to really enter this trade until you have broken a swing high or swing low, whatever the case may be, right? I would do it when this red bar shows up. See? So that's telling me the uptrend is over. Here's a low. This is the termination of the uptrend. Okay. I'm going to trade from here to, I'm looking for that swing low. Wait, where's that low? Yeah, I'm looking for that recent low on the RSI right there. The low on the RSI. Right there. That's the first low, then it moves up. Price comes right down to that same level. I think I'm in an uptrend right now anyway, right? Yeah, I'm in an uptrend. So I should only be doing long trades. That's all I should be doing. So primarily in this case, the only thing I should be looking for is a cross up below 0, right? Below 0 with a green column. Now here's the thing. If I get a cross up below 0 with a green column and the column is below 0, it's a scalp long, which means I'm only going to trade to a previous support, resistance level, or whatever the case may be, or previous trend line. For example, here's a high, Here's another high. Draw a line through it. I should only really be able to take this trade from this price to that line. That's all I should really do, because that line is just kind of in my way, right? But that's a cross up here. That's a cross up below 0 with a green bar below 0. Here's a cross up below 0 with a green bar above 0. Your momentum is already on the upside. The RSI is on the downside, but it's breaking above its average. Okay, it's breaking above its average. So this would be a nice big long. This would be a shorter long. This should be a nice big long, should be, right? This is a short long. Well, not really. It's actually crossing on the red. This would be a nice big drop right here. I'm sorry. This is a small drop. You'll notice there's two kinds of reds. This is a little momentum. This is a lot of momentum. The dark red means a lot of momentum, right? And that's just the way this method works. Light green, cross up below 0. Everything's nice. This is, long position. So you can see a little bit easier like how this works now, right? This would have been a nice scalp short. From this point, I would have looked for the previous low on the RSI, right? Here. Here's the scalp right there. Sorry, I just put it in the wrong place right there. Scalp, look for the previous low. I want to find the opposite of this. This is a cross down above 0, right? Red bars. I want to find a cross up below 0, green bars. Cross up below 0, green bars. Go to the close of that candle, and you enter your short trade from here to here. And that's where I ended up getting that drop today when I started the video. I think this is where I was when I started the video, and then price just started to played out. All right. So where are we now? Using the setting. Okay, Jonathan. Facts. Yep, facts. Okay. What setting on the Heiken algo shows the columns in the background? All right, Byron, I know you weren't here for that. So what I did was I went to the pivot high trend line and the pivot low trend line, okay? The pivot high trend line and the pivot low trend line, Byron, all I did was I changed them from lines to columns, okay? And I'll show you what that looks like here. So in the algo, in the style, okay, pivot high trend line, pivot low trend line, turn these into columns, all right? And it looks like this. That's it. Also, I'm using a different length for the algo. The length for the trend line is 9. I'm using 9 because it's close to half of the RSI. You can use 14 if you want. You can use the same as the RSI. It's up to you, whatever you want to use, okay? It will adjust where these bars show up, though. I mean, you can even set it for 50. You want to find 50 period trend lines? That's up to you, okay? It's all up to you. What kind of length do you want to look for, okay? And again, right now they don't look like they're anything, but they are actually trend lines. Here, line, and then the line. So this is a 50 period trend line, right? Here's your trend, it breaks above, and then it starts breaking below. And you enter your short trade. Here's the interesting thing. Your trend line goes from here to here on the RSI. And what I like to do is sometimes I'll draw a little line. When the RSI breaks below that, I'll target each one of these swing lows in price. I'll target each one of them. And that would look like this. I'm looking at the RSI. Right here is a swing low. I'm targeting this one. Right? I'm looking at the RSI again. That one right there. I'm targeting that one. And this is how you know when you're going to be getting, so it obviously the RSI has to have a price lower than whatever your price is. It's got to work. Otherwise, you just need to move to the next RSI level. There you go. Targeting that one. Okay. Another swing low right here. And that's this level right there. So your RSI ends up dipping way below this. It breaks below that level too. You target that one, Okay, no problem. Comes out to this one. There. You can target each one of these swing lows. You want to break through each one of those. And eventually you're like, oh, well, you know what? The RSI is kind of oversold. I'm not going to bother with it anymore. Just kind of leave it alone. So go over here, get rid of that. Macchia trend looks interesting. Yes, it does. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks. You're welcome. Macchia trend looks interesting. Yes. So Dre the Trader, the Macchia trend is mainly for people who want to use the RSI with a stochastic type indicator built into it. Again, it's not a stochastic RSI that's built into it. It's my version, my calculation of a stochastic. Okay, but it's doing a really good job of telling you, hey, the momentum is shifting up, right? The momentum is shifting up, and you are in the green, so you should be able to hold on to this long trade. The other interesting thing is this. A lot of times people will trade the RSI simply based off of, let's go here, simply based off of when it crosses the moving average. You can't really do that, okay? Not all the time. Doesn't always work. There's a reason for that. For example, like here, it breaks above the moving average, its own moving average. So people would start trading long here. And this is where a lot of people end up losing out. Like you lose your trade. We are in an uptrend, right? I know we're in an uptrend. But you cannot take that long trade there. Why? Because, let me put the spec on. You'll see. Here we go. There. So you're taking this uptrend trade right here, right? But the cross, the RSI and the moving average, they're crossing each other. But they're not crossing each other on the histogram. They have to cross on the histogram for it to matter. Like it crosses down here. We're in an uptrend. So I don't care that it's crossing down. I only care that it's crossing up, right? So it crosses up here, right there. I look for my swing low right there. There's my RSI formula. It's already set. Let's see. Long. I'm going here, there. I'll use the swing low of the candle itself. RSI is 1 to 2.47. 2.47, is that right? Oh, no, I need that right there. There we go. 1 to 2.47. And that gets me out near the top of this, which is fine. Stop moving. There. Then you set your actual swing low here. Set your actual swing low. So you can get into your trade. There you go. You get a little move right there. So like I was saying, the cross has to take place on the appropriate color of the histogram. Okay. Or the histogram has to be a nice big histogram on the other side, right? For example, here. It just has to be across one way. Where's that other one? Right here. See, this doesn't work, right? It's across down. The histogram is above 0 and green, but it's not like the RSI is on the wrong side. It shouldn't be there. If the RSI crosses the moving average, the histogram should be on the other side, or it should be fully engulfed by the RSI, like this, okay? They got to take place on top of it. This is a nice cross down because it's red below, and this cross takes place in nowhere, in midair. But the bars are nice and big to the downside. They can't be the wrong color on the downside. Let's see here. That's sweet. Extra shots in the macchiato. Yeah, Dre. I have been using the macchiato, the macchia trend for a few weeks now, and it's really doing a good job for me. I'll say that. It's doing a really good job for me. Cha-ching, cha-ching. There you go. Let's see. Macchia trend looks interesting. I just wanted to see if there's any other questions in here. I'm sorry again, guys, that there's a big buffer taking place. I don't know what's happening with this thing. YouTube is just kind of giving me a hassle right now. It could also be that I'm in a different area. I have a different internet service, a different ISP. And what do you call it? And the area that I'm in does not have great internet to begin with anyway. So Let me see. So now's the time to hit me, guys. Any questions that you have? Otherwise, I'll just be like shutting down the stream in a little while. I just wanted to jump on and just kind of say what's up to everybody. Let you know that I plan on doing a video tomorrow about a couple of strategies, so maybe one or two videos. There's just a lot going on right now in the in the daily lifestyle, so I don't have as much free time as I previously used to have, and I knew this was coming up. So this is why I was putting up like video after video after video. Like I was really pounding you guys with this stuff. And I hope that you go back and you watch these things. It's really, really important stuff. But I do have some, I've got an entire list of, some really good video ideas and podcast topics that I want to cover with you guys, and just like, methods of communication, little communities and stuff like that, and tons of blog posts that I'm going to be leaving for you guys so that you can read about what's actually happening in the market, on a regular basis. Now, obviously looking at the Makia trend right now, I see that there is a small shift to the downside right here, just a little shift to the downside. Let me see what happened to my things here. Pivot high, pivot low. There we go. Set that for column. Set that for column. And I make mine 9. I'm comfortable with 9 right there. Did it load? Yes, it loaded. Okay, good. So, no, I don't have an interruption just yet. That's all. I do have like downtrend is over here. Like this is saying downtrend is over. Green bar on the wrong side is 0. This is the downtrend that's over. Okay. And that's right here, green bar. So that looks like this through the close of the candle. Nice rejection off of that. You should be able to enter long when your RSI breaks back above the moving average. There it is, above the moving average. Enter long here. You got your swing low. Now price is no longer moving against you. There, here, right? And somebody's going to say RSI formula that. I know you're going to say it. 1 to 2.23, okay? 2.23. There you go. I can't, it's so tight, I can't get it. There, 2.21. And it gets you right to the top of that candle, right? I can't really get it. Like I can't mark it. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. So anyway, really tight. Like I said, the RSI formula is a formula that gets you the distance of the move. All right. Do not use it and try and get all the way to the end of the move. Don't target the end of it. You don't have to do that. You can simply target any place inside that move and know for a fact that you're going to be able to get out in profit. Okay. You don't have to target the end. It's not a marathon. You're not trying to get to the end. You're just trying to take place in the race. Okay. Let's see here. Facts at magician. What? This man is the truth. Oh, what's going on here? Some kind of conversation taking place here. Let me see. Do you still use the 24 and 144 setting on the triple? So, Dre the Trader, 24, 144. No, I'm using the 12, 26 on the triple. Okay. Early tests did give good indications of the 24, 144. But I noticed that applies more to the 1 hour or higher time frame. 24, 144 is really good if you're getting into swing trading, okay? If you're day trading or scalping, use the 1226. Really, use the 1226. And if you don't know why that is, you got to understand this. The MACD indicator is an indicator that was created over 50 years ago. I think it's when it was, right? It's 50 years ago, okay? That's back when the stock market was trading only during certain hours and only for a certain number of days of the month, right? Now, 24, 144, what do those two numbers sound like, right? 24, I'm sorry, 12, 26, 1226, not 24, 144. 1226, 12 hours in a day, right? And I'm not sure about the 26, but I think it's changed over time. It probably used to be 1224 for the number of hours in the day, right? But it is slightly shifted along the way. The MACD itself is an outdated indicator that only shows you momentum. I don't like using the MACD because the signals are late, but the colors are really active and they come up a lot quicker. So that's why I put the colors on the price bars, because I want to see, let me go to my chart right now. I want to see when the bars change color, because they are flat out telling me that something is happening, right? You know the MACD colors. Green means uptrend. Light green means the loss of the uptrend, right? But look what's happening here. Like, here's an uptrend, and by the time this candle closes with a super long wick out the top, with you being underneath your moving averages, right? You have an uptrend that's showing you a pullback, essentially, right? See, it's a pullback. Price comes down, starts coming up. You get a light green candle, you get a light green candle. If I put the MACD here, the crossover doesn't take place until somewhere over here, right? But I want to get out of my trade at this point. Why am I waiting for that crossover? Crossovers are late. I want to see that color change. So the color change takes place here. The longer wick is on the top. So you got like resistance here, okay? The shorter wick is on the bottom. Get out at the end of this. Like, this is where you should leave your trade. That's it. It's over. And then, of course, you get, red bars coming down. Then you get light red. I wouldn't get out of the trade yet. I want to see a super long wick, like a really long wick. So come down, come down, come down. Still light red, super long wick. Get out of this trade. So instead of getting out here, way up here, I actually got out down here. I was doing a short trade, let's say, right? Doing a short trade. I want to get out lower. I saw another message on the screen. Let me see this. Jonathan's talking about futures. Let me see. Always look forward to my content. Thanks, Smedrick the Magician. Let me see. I noticed that futures and stocks need different settings. Yes, that's correct. Should we change things on each market? Yes, and you should have things set to apply to that market when that market changes. I'll tell you what that means in a second. Should we change things on each market, on each coin, or are all somewhat the same, like once you find the sweet spot? Okay, let me see, Jonathan Matthews. There is no sweet spot in the settings. I am sorry. However, you will find a sweet spot for your settings that you like using if you trade the same time every single day, okay? If you trade the same time every single day. And let me elaborate on that in just a second, because I see a continuation of the question. What's this new formula about? Did a genius come up with new ratios? What? Dude. Good God. You guys are hilarious. I'm going to be honest with you. You guys are just hilarious. Thank you so much. I can use that laugh right about now. Give me a second. Time for tea. Okay. So, sorry, my chair is not set up right. Oh God, here comes the buffering again. I don't know why. No reason. Just, YouTube, useless tube. I can't wait to start doing this on my own channel, because then there won't be an issue. I think like YouTube is just having a problem, whatever. Should I do this in a Discord video stream? Is that where I should do that? But I would like to, but I won't be able to show you like super close-up stuff on the chart like I can here. Doing it in YouTube allows you to get like a better video, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, so I was talking about, let me see, useless tube. Let me see. Okay, so futures and stocks need different settings. Jonathan, yes, they do. And I'll give you an example. All right. Let me see how many indicators do I have here. 1, 2. Okay. So there's an indicator called sessions on chart. I think that's the one, right? And let me turn everything else off for a second. Go to a 5-minute. Go here. Now, I want you to know that you will be a more profitable trader if you are trading a consistent time frame, right? If you're used to trading the London session, then only trade the London session. If you're used to trading the Asian session because it fits your time of day, do the Asian or the Sydney or the Tokyo or whatever, right? New York session, right? So I'm going to leave on New York session, okay? So I'm going to show you something. We'll go here. Yeah, I don't need anything else. We're fine. New York session is going to be 8 to 7. Nope, that's not right. I'm going to set it for 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay? Because for me, that's when the New York session has most of its volatility, right? And it also allows me anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half prior to market session starting that I can actually analyze the chart. I can start looking at the chart. If for me, New York session is at 7 a.m., I start looking at the chart like 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm looking at the chart. And I can tell you a lot of the times what direction we're going to be trading in for the day. Okay? Now, your question is related to, is there a sweet spot for the difference between futures and, and other things? Well, no, there is no sweet spot. But you'll notice that every time you look at your market time frame or your trading time frame for the day, you're going to see that the volatility is roughly the same every single time of every single day, the same time of every single day, if you understand what I'm saying, right? So like you'll see like here, volatility is massive, right? It's really crazy right now. Turn this off. See, these candles are really big, okay? These candles are big. There's a lot going on right here. But here, they're pretty consistent, okay? And if you look again at a previous day, you'll see again, they are pretty consistent, right? And immediately following that, again, you have high volatility, big candles. What happened on the other day? Consistency, and then the candles immediately got bigger, and they got really big. So it just lasted longer for some reason or another. Let me look back at another day. Okay, again, some consistency, and then the candles get bigger and price really starts moving. So what is your sweet spot settings? The sweet spot settings are the settings that apply to the size of volatility that you are trading. If you're going for like 1 point move, like 1% moves, 0.5% moves, stuff like that, you adjust your settings to match the movement of the chart in that time frame. So I would say take your sessions on chart indicator, put it on your chart, and adjust it, okay, for your time frame, right? You don't have to set it for London, New York, Tokyo, whatever these are, right? Let's say I wanted to trade right now from, I want to trade from 6 would be 1800 hours, right? That would be 6 p.m. to, 2200 hours, okay? That's what I want to do. And that's going to bring me to, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's when I want to trade, okay? London session. There you go. I would simply put the sessions on chart here. And this is how you backtest. Go to your settings and just see how they apply to your entries and exits on a backtest. That's it. And only trade during those sessions. There you go. You'll be able to catch some nice moves. Let's see what happens here. So perfect example. I get a cross down, red columns, nice shift to the downside, right? So at this point, I'm looking for the cross up below 0, right? I'm looking for the cross up below 0. Here's a cross down above 0. The bars are on the opposite side. I'm looking for the cross up below 0 with the bars on the top side. Okay, no problem. And all that's doing is give me a target here, right? I'm looking for a cross up of the RSI. It happens below 0, but the histogram is on the top side. Cross up, cross up, cross up. Where are you? Here's a cross up below 0 with the histogram on the wrong side, right? So here is my target. Way over here, close of the candle. That's my target. Draw a line. So I should be able to trade from here to here, but I need to wait for session to start, and the RSI has to be below 0 with at least 2 lows in the pivot. Here's an RSI below 0. I'm not in my session yet, right? Here's a second RSI below 0, one after the other. This is a positive entry telling me, hey, you can get into your trade, but I want to wait for my session to start. I gotta wait for the session to start. Finally, the session starts, right? Nice new pivot, okay? Looks like a decent move. You should be able to enter from here and simply trade down to that position here. Just like that. Find your previous swing high. It's way over here. I want an actual swing above the moving average. See, here's a swing high on price. The RSI is below the moving average. Here's a swing high on price. The RSI is above the moving average. That is a swing high above the moving average. That's my high right here. Okay, so let's get into it. Drag it out. Drag it out. Let's see. Does it go against me at all? Flat line. Look at that. Long trading the day. Long trading the day. But price comes down to that level anyway. Super long. Hang on a second, guys. Hold on. All right, we're back. So anyway, like I'm saying, that was just a quick little analysis. There's a particular instance that I would wait for it to actually enter the trade. I wouldn't wait for it to happen to this long. There's other things that I would look for, like volume and stuff like that. But either way, you can see how the target is created in the past, right? And all I'm doing is looking for the RSI to do certain things currently, like here. There it is. I'm waiting for the RSI to do current things. Do things currently, and all I do is look for the same instance in the opposite, like it's just upside down, okay? And it's way back here. So here's my sign that the uptrend is over, okay? Happens here on this bar right here. See? Red bar on the wrong side after the RSI crossed below its moving average, and I've got red. This means, bearish momentum. So my uptrend is over at this point. All I'm doing is looking for the entry for the short. The target was created back here. So just target that. You can keep trading short until you get there. Sure enough, price finally gets there. And then it bounces back, continues up, and it hasn't come back down there yet. Not until way over here. So, like I was saying, backtest only within a time frame that fits your trading time. Don't backtest on some random time frames. Set your sweet spot settings for things that apply in that time frame. Use the settings that I give you. If they keep failing, adjust your settings for your time frame. Okay? There. Let's see. Uses tube. YouTube is fine. I have not had any buffer issues the whole time. Oh, okay. Thanks, Manow. I'm glad that you told me that. Can't wait for you to get the website up and running. Yeah, me either, Joshua Stone. I can't wait to finish this thing. I am really limited on my time doing this thing. Teaching us how to use your awesome indicators. Appreciate you. You're welcome, Dre. I don't want to just give you something and just throw you to the wolves and hope that you understand it. You should only use indicators that you fully understand why they work the way they work, because otherwise it's just pointless. You're just adding a bunch of indicators to your chart, and And you can tell that you've added too many, because do me a favor, go to TradingView, go to your TradingView right now, okay? Go and click on your indicators tab, okay? Click on it. And you tell me, how many indicators do you have set as favorites? If you've got more than 10, you got way too many. If you got more than 6, you probably still have way too many. Because 9 out of 10, several of those indicators are all doing the same thing as each other. They're all doing the same thing. Like when I trade, I would not have these two indicators on the chart with each other. I wouldn't do it, because they're two RSIs, and they're simply presenting some information slightly different than each other. An RSI is okay, let me make a correction here. The RSI is not just a momentum oscillator. It is also a, force of momentum oscillator. Why would you have two of the same indicators on your chart at the same time? That is a waste of space. You don't need that. You either need one or none, okay? When it comes to a momentum oscillator, you need one or none, okay? Looks like this one is finally coming into my favor. Let me see when, let me look for my exit, my entry here. I'm looking at this as the end of my uptrend. Nope, it keeps breaking above, breaks above, breaks above. Here we go. So my uptrend is over at this point. Here's a low. There's the cross right through it. Big move to the downside. I have my cross down here. I'm looking for the, I'm looking for the cross up. Hey, wow, that's pretty elaborate. Let's see. So that actually happens up there. Here's the cross. Now I'm looking for the last time that it crossed up, right? Up on a light green bar below zero. Here's a cross down on a dark green bar above zero. I want to cross up on a light green bar below zero. Below zero, below zero. Right here. There you go. It's that one. So 9 out of 10, it's the closing price here. Right there. That's my move. That's what I'm taking, right? So let's see. I'm just looking for a little support and resistance in this area. I have a divergence here. Nice. Not too bad. There. There. Okay. Let's make an adjustment. Right here. That's where I'm going. Okay. All set and ready to go. So I'm just going to let that trade play out, right? There we go. It's going way down, buddy. The market ends in violence. Let's see. Three-ply Dre. It's not. It's not the three-ply. This is it. It's not like Bounty bath tissue. The triple, the Ashialgo, and the void, plus a trend changer. That's all I use. Okay, so Dre, tell me a trend changer. What is a trend changer for you? I understand what you're saying. I just want to know, like what you're talking about there. Because to be honest with you, if you are using the void, you already have a trend indicator built in there. And you won't need that fourth indicator. Let's see here. Yeah, Dre, I'm sleepy too. I've actually been awake since 3 o'clock this morning. It is now 11:30 p.m. So yeah, I've been up for a while. Let me see. It's going down, way down. Okay, that's cough, cough. New RSI formula. I'm so curious what that meant. Did you stumble upon it or made it after a dream? Oh, I see. When you're saying new RSI formula, stochastic RSI formula. It's something I created. Okay. I looked at how the common stochastic, it's a custom indicator. I looked at how the stochastic RSI is already being calculated, right? Hang on a second. Oh, just give 1 second. I'm going to get silent for just a second. I have a cat, right? And I think she's trapped outside of my office space. So let me just let her in. Okay, we're good. My little kitty. So yeah, the stochastic RSI calculates a very specific way, right? So it looks at the RSI plus something divided by momentum and, opening volume and closing this and the high of that, whatever. So it calculates certain things in a certain order, right? Oh my God, stop it, Jonathan. So it calculates certain things in the market in a certain order. Like it's not going to take the RSI times the low plus the high and then do it a different way. It has a specific formula that it follows, right? So I've been studying like what the steps in that formula are. And I realized I can use the same steps, but have this indicator look at other things in the market, because I want to be able to catch like trend changes, momentum, and volume. So it's doing a really good job of being able to smooth things out. And in a second, I'm going to show you the Macchia trend, like what happens when you set it to a really long time frame. Because right now I have it set for 28 periods, right? And I'm going to show you something real quick with that. I got 3 cats who like to work on charts. Really, JT? JT, I think you need to elaborate on that, because I gather that I understand the joke and the reality in that comment. Okay, so let me show you the Macchia trend, right? So right now the Macchia trend, right? It's showing you this histogram, again, is not related to the RSI. It has nothing to do with the RSI, all right? Because you can even see, like here, the RSI moves down, but the histogram is moving up, okay? So that's telling, you don't have to get into the analytics of it, but it's basically telling you price is moving flat. If the RSI is going down, but the oscillator is moving up, then that's flat. They both need to be moving in the same direction. So anyway, there. And no, this is not a Chat GPT built indicator. Before somebody gets into that, we could talk about Chat GPT in another video. Because my God, let me just kind of preface this. Chat GPT to write indicators, what a huge waste. It's like talking to a 4-year-old. It's awful. So this trade is still kind of hanging on, but going slowly in my favor. Still waiting to get there. So here. Right now, this is looking at 28 periods for the ultra smooth stochastic length. There's a stochastic, an ultra smooth one that I created, and I put it into the background of this, right? So it's actually 2 indicators in one, okay? It's an RSI moving average, and an ultra smooth stochastic. If I set this for 50, okay? Let's get rid of everything. I don't need this. I know where my trade's going. We're good. Did it update yet? Nope, didn't update. Hang on. Still waiting for it to update. Don't know why it's taking so long. That's annoying. So anyway, there we go. Oh, it's still catching up. There we go. So now it's updated, right? So you can see, like here, this entire histogram is to the downside, right? So you should have downward movement, but you don't, okay? Not only is this to the downside, but the RSI is on the upside. So what's going on here? You have a pullback, okay? You are in a downtrend. RSI is up, histogram is down. You have a pullback. This is just a leg, right? And like I said, when they are doing opposite things of each other, then you should have a range from here to here. Why am I saying to this point? Because the RSI finally crosses back down below 0 and it catches up to the histogram, okay? So that means if I do this, I'm going to draw a box from here to here on price. And let's see that it should be a range, right? From the close to the close here. Where's the close? Right there. That's essentially a range right there. You don't want to do anything in that time in that frame. You don't want to do anything at all, right? My cat's staring at me through the door. So When they're at opposites from each other, you want to do nothing. When they're on the same side as each other, that's when you want to make your moves. Okay, that's when you want to make your moves, and that's when you're setting it for a longer time frame. So that's out, nothing there. The histogram's to the downside. RSI is now catching up to it. Take your short trades. Short, short, short. Do whatever you got to do. Now they're at opposites. RSI is down. Histogram is up. Okay? Here, you do not enter a trade. You don't do anything. Don't do anything. This is just a scalp. Okay? Now, you should be taking long trades here. Right? You should be taking long trades. But you got mostly red bars. So, again, it's like a double momentum indicator, built in one. Okay, let me see. Any more messages? Let's see. ChatGPT works great on girlfriend long text. You know, I have got to try that. Creating a long text to send to my girlfriend. Okay. Let me see. The BPV, the void, the ASCII algo is the indicators is the indicators out there. You mean the best indicators out there? Is that what you're talking about? I think that's what you mean. Murdoch, what up? Take us an indicator, not the cat. Got 3 cats. Okay, you know how it goes. Oh yeah, okay. Thanks. Sorry, I was just kind of skimming through your messages real quick. And yeah, I see the oof. Yeah, I see the buffer on my end of YouTube. Useless tube. So anyway, so it looks like this trade is kind of going in my favor a little bit. I'm going to leave this one open. Actually, you know what? I'm in profit. I'm just going to get out of this one. How about that? I'm just stepping out. Just going to step out of that one. Let it close. Do its thing. So, yeah, there's a few things that I've created so far, right? So we got this here. We got the Macchia trend. I'm going to shut off the algo right there. How about this? How about my unreleased version of the algo? There, here, close this trade too. I'm waiting for the algo to update. Yeah, just to update. It's a little heavy because it's got a lot of stuff in it. Let's close this down. Here is the Heiken Ashi algo that you guys don't have yet. Okay, it's designed for Forex and it's designed for crypto. Why is it on Binance ETH? Why is it buying on Binance? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. It just closed the trade late. This blue line in here is the high time frame RSI. There is still more study that I'm doing to the high time frame RSI. I think I need to smooth this out because it's just too jagged, right? And on top of that, it's locked to the length of the current RSI. So if your RSI is 14, then this is giving you 14 periods of the high time frame RSI. So that can work against you, right? Because I have to be able to separate that high time frame RSI. I'm looking at a 5-minute chart. I should be seeing a 30-minute RSI on a high time frame, right? So you can't really follow it and do what, you know, and really do anything with it just yet. There's nothing you can do with it yet. Because right now this high time frame RSI is showing you the last 14 periods of the RSI. You don't want that. 14 periods of a high time frame RSI on a 5-minute chart is a massive number of candles. Okay, that's essentially like 600 candles. Who cares about that? Nobody needs that, right? So I would need to be able to shorten this look back period for this. You only want to see like 6 or 7 or 5, you know, on the RSI. So let me turn a few things off. There's many things here that you guys already have, so I'm just going to turn off those things, right? Cycler is something new. There. Okay, the pivot range background. This is important. I'm going to show you that in a second. Forex background for the Forex market. Cycler stays, bar color. It colors your bars for you, okay, based on the RSI movement, right? When the RSI is ranging, you get gray bars. When the RSI is in a downtrend, red bars. When the RSI is an uptrend, green bars, right? Bar color, there, done there. So let's go here. Pivot, midline, I'm going to keep that. Set it for 1. I'm going to shut that off. I want to see the RSI. This is off, and the RSI. And I think that's pretty much it. Well, I'll shut these off. You don't need to see these. And you don't need to see these. Those are the actually pivot highs and lows and all that stuff. But what you're going to want to see is the pivot cloud. It is a dynamic support and resistance area. When you break outside that area, you can enter your trades for sure, right? There's also a high time frame overbought and oversold. When the RSI is overbought or oversold, see, this shows up. It also shows up when you are overbought or oversold on a high time frame. Here's the high time frame RSI, and it's oversold. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off, RSI off. There we go. Oh, I need to change one more thing. There. Okay. Did it update? Yes, it updated. Boom. Done. So there's a couple of things that you need to break. First of all, let's talk about the cycler, right? When the RSI is breaking high or breaking low, it enters into this ranging area before it can actually do high and low movements, like before price can actually move up and down. So that's where the cycler comes in, right? The cycler is red when you actually have downward momentum, okay? It's the cycler is this midline, right? I've changed the midline to be the cycler line. Now, the reason I put this in here is because some people they won't use the Heiken Ashi candles. They won't really use the RSI. They're just going to look at price action. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to look at price action because these are the people who they don't use moving averages, and instead they just kind of draw their support and resistance levels based on price action, right? Here's a support. There's resistance. Here's another support, right? They're doing that, okay? Essentially, that's what they're doing. So now, when they dip below, they look for a divergence. Here is a divergence. Okay? Just like that. Then they start looking at the cycler to know whether they can get into a long trade or a short trade, right? The RSI is turned off. Heiken Ashi candles are turned on. They've broken above the pivot cloud. This is green. The cycler's green. They know they can start entering long trades at this point, right? But they didn't break. They did not break above their support and resistance level. Now I'm waiting, right? It's green again. I'm still below that line. It's green again. I'm still below the line. It's green again, right? Here I'm above that line. Okay. I can enter long here. Here's my swing low, right? And that's what they're doing. They're just simply looking for like the previous swing high. There's one here, swing high, right? Right there, swing high. And they end up getting out of their trade at wherever they get out. And that's how they use it. They simply want to know that even though price has made small movements, is it enough of a movement? Or am I going to get stuck in a range, or is price going to go against me? So that's what they use that for. So again, the algo is a tool that you can turn on several things and be able to trade in many different ways, right? It's a very universal tool. There is this pivot level right in the center. You need to be either above this pivot level to trade long or below this pivot level, this white line, to trade short. But at the same time, you need to be outside of this cloud. Let me kind of color the cloud a little bit differently so it's a little easier to see. Nope. There we go. Let's make it blue color. There. Get into the messages real quick, right there. There it goes. Let me see. ChatGPT, hi, oh sleepy. Watching Euro USD 1 minute with the new algo setting. Great, Dre. Asian market? Oh no. So Dre at about what, like 4, 5 hours from now, you're going to see some really interesting movement with that new setting. So set an alarm. So, for example, this little pivot background, right? You can see that your RSI is inside of this background, right? It's inside this background color. And look what happens to price. You'll notice here, price is just ranging. I just drew a box around price that's represented by this, right? Here, it's ranging. It's not going anywhere. But what happens when it finally breaks out of that area, right? It breaks above it right here, okay? That is where price starts rising. See? It breaks above it, and you are above that pivot area. So you are outside the cloud, and you're outside of the pivot. Okay, great. At this point, I can start entering long trades, find my swing low so I can stay safe. And I don't know, what do you want to do? 1 to 1.5? Okay, let's do 1 to 1.5. Why not? Let's do that. See where it goes. 1 to 1.5. Doesn't really get there. Not seeing it. I don't see it moving that far. Oh, it's because price hasn't finished moving yet. That's why. But that being said, even if you entered for 1 to 1.5 and you got all the way up here with price, okay, you've now gained at least 1%. You're already there, see? 0.96%. Once your price got up to this point and it never came down against you, see? Didn't even touch you at all, right? Get out of your trade. Get out while you're in profit. Just like leave, you know, there's no, what are you waiting for? Stop being greedy. But this pivot cloud does a really good job of letting you know that the RSI has no resistance, has nothing moving against it, okay? There is something that I need to adjust in the calculation for this because my cloud is, it's showing up too big right now. I made some attempts at something and I kind of messed up the code. But either way, so this cloud is basically showing you something that's very particular. And it's kind of funny. Let me get rid of a couple of things here. So I want to show you this. Oh, here, pivot high. Nope, not the pivot high. This and this. Okay, and let me turn off the cycler for a second and the candles. Cycler there, and this midline is middle pivot thing there. So what you'll notice, and I said this before in a previous video. When the RSI is moving down, okay, these two pivots are always chasing it, okay? These two pivots, they're always chasing it. This one and this one, those pivot levels, they're always chasing the RSI. And as they move down, they move against the RSI until the RSI hits the other end. Well, what happens when the RSI gets to the bottom? It eventually has to go back to the top. It's not going to get there until the cloud gets big enough and the RSI goes through it. Like now the cloud's at the bottom. So the only place the RSI has to go is up. That's it. Every time the RSI moves to one side, this pivot cloud chases it to the other side. That's all it's doing. And you can see it again here. RSI moved up, the cloud moved up, and the RSI eventually broke through it and came down. Now it's at the bottom. The cloud comes to the bottom. Now the RSI is breaking up, right? And you can see it over and over and over again. There. Cloud came down, RSI went up. Cloud went up, RSI went down. So now you'll know when you get to certain price levels, what's going to happen. Am I at a level that is going to break short, right? So for example, oh, where'd my thing go? I dropped the marker and it didn't go anywhere. So the RSI is breaking above, price is moving up, but then you're looking at the pivot cloud, right? The pivot cloud moves up. So you just need the RSI to break below it. The RSI has to get below, get below, get below. It gets below here. And now you can enter short. Where do you enter short to? You go for that previous swing low on your price and your RSI, right? That's here, below zero. This one is above zero. This one's below zero. This is your target, right? And price from that point falls short. Down there. How you like that? So you don't get stuck in all this weird manipulation. Now price is actually falling down. And you can tell because the cloud is up here, but the RSI is moving down, right? Finally, the RSI is down here. The cloud comes down. Now the RSI is trying to move back up. That's that. What we got? Bullet points and be sure not to solve any problems. Okay, Eric, sir, this works on Indian markets as well. Yes, Nifty 50, Murdoch, this works incredibly on Nifty 50. As a matter of fact, a lot of strategies work on Nifty 50. A lot of strategies work on Nifty 50. It's a very simple market. Nifty is, I think, a smaller volatility, like smaller volume. So you really just want, it's smaller volume. I wouldn't bother using a volume indicator because it's a very small amount of volume, if I remember correctly. So you don't need the void on that. Just use a good pair of momentum oscillators like the RSI, like the algo, right? And probably use like the money flow index or something like that, you know, because unfortunately you do not have the algo with the cycler built into it. Okay, the cycler does something like the money flow index. It's measuring the what do you call it? The pressure of momentum. That's what it's doing. Okay. There we go. So let's see what else we got. There's the algo, the high time frame one, right? The Makia trend. What else I'm creating all kinds of stuff, right? Let's see. My scripts, Takashi, here, just pitchfork, boxes on range, bars. Let's see here. Consolidation, committed channel. There is something that I created for someone else. Okay. Really, really cool indicator. I built a custom indicator for one person. Let me see. Ranging. There we go. Ranging bars. There we go. Ranging bars breakout indicator released. Check this out. Turn these off. Now you see the bars are specific colors, right? The bars are specific colors, and these boxes showed up. How these boxes get here? The indicator did it. So I've seen it before a million times, right? There are these indicators that are out there which keep drawing like ranging price. The problem is when I see them doing it, they're drawing a ranging price on this, right? That's what they're doing. They're drawing like a ranging price on that thing. And then they draw another ranging price like right here. Okay, for me, that's no good. That's not good at all. That is not a true indicator. That's awful because you are missing out on so many trades. Yes, this is ranging price, but this is the range of price. And that's not what this person was asking for. So let's get rid of this. I created this. When you enter into one of these ranges, don't do anything. When you break out of the range in the appropriate direction, that's when you do something. So perfect example right here, there. Load up. Now watch this. This doesn't just draw a box, but it draws a box that changes the size of itself. Okay, it's automated. Okay, not in a range. Now, it needs at least 2 candles inside of a range to start drawing the box. Okay, gray candle. As you see, it started turning gray. There it is, gray. So, the candles that are ranging are gray, but there's no box because it needs at least 2 of them. Go on. There we go. So now there's the box. Now you can see the size of the box, right? Here's the top. Here's the bottom. What happens when the candles are bigger than the box? Okay. The box changes size. Let's go. There. Now the box is bigger than it was before. because the ranging area has adjusted. And it's doing it automatically until price breaks out of the range, right? I know that here we have an overbought level, so we should be able to do a short and get down to a previous swing low. I think that's from here to here. I believe so, right? Let's see. Almost. Down here. There you go. This trade's over. Now, what is the benefit to this tool? Why is this so interesting? Because there's no way to mess up the settings of this indicator. It is simply an indicator that you put on your chart and it does all the work for you. That's it. So you'll notice that you can change the color settings, turn the boxes on and off, and you can change the breakout candle colors. But the inputs is where people really screw up indicators. There. All you're doing is telling it to either show ranges or don't, right? But that's it. There's no settings because it's doing it all on its own. That's it. Now, what's the benefit to that? Well, I'm on a 5-minute chart. Here's the range. I'm on a 1-minute chart. There's my range. I'm on a 30-minute chart. Let's go. There's my range, right? How about a 4-hour chart? One setting, any chart, always works. There you go. That's it. I don't know any easier indicator that can possibly exist because, again, the indicator that I was looking at when this person talked to me about it, it would have told him that this is the range, right? But look at how many trades he would have missed out on. That's terrible. This would have been a range. Well, why is that a range? Why can't you enter into your trades there? It's a 4-hour chart. You mean to tell me in 4-hour candles you have no entries? That's crazy. Let's see. At JT. Jonathan Matthews, bullet points. Okay. Yeah, it went over my head too. Maxim. Dude, where you been, buddy? Maxim, you don't want to know what I've been up to. I saw a vid you did with the Void that had a volatility background color change. Did you ever release that version? So I don't remember if I released that version with the volatility background. I believe so. What you can do is you can delete the Void from your chart. Go and add the latest version of the Void and put it in there, okay? And just see if the background shows up. It should be a gray column in the background and a yellow column in the a gray and a purple column in the background or something like that, right? And the volatility change only shows up on a per candle basis. So at the point where the volatility changes, you will see one price bar with a background color. When the volatility changes the other way, you will see one candle with a background color. One. That's it. All right. Dre the Trader is holding his face, and I think it's because I think it's because of what I just showed you about that ranging boxes indicator. So yeah, let me know if you find that version or not that you're looking for. Okay. All right. So ranging bars release. Let's see what else we got here. My scripts. Inflow, outflow. Nope. Higher time frame indicator. Nope. That's not it. Nope. Mass effects monster. Here's something pretty interesting. I'm still working on this, but it is kind of beastly. Hang on. 4-hour chart. It won't work. It seems to work best only on, what do you call it? Why is it not showing up? Oh, it's still loading. It seems to work best on scalping timeframes, everything up to 15-minute, right? It's a Mass Effects monster. Let's go, load up. There we go. So the Mass Effects monster, right? It's banging into price at key levels. On high time frames, it's always hitting key levels, okay? The thing is that the center of this indicator, okay, the center of the indicator is key level on small time frame. So if I go to 3 minute, same chart, bust it open. Okay, so it looks like a whole lot going on, right? I have to adjust the color settings and so on. But what's happening here is, look, the green background up here is telling you you have an uptrend in your RSI. This is telling you you have a downtrend in your RSI. That's it, right? Downtrend in the RSI begins, uptrend in the RSI begins. Okay, now, how do you know when you're overbought and oversold? The uptrend is there, and you have a white background down here. White. White means oversold. Solid yellow means overbought, and you are overbought, price comes the other way. Now, here's the other thing. This red line that changes to a green line is in the center, right? This is your mean price. This is your average price. It is not a moving average, not in any way. It's simply telling you the average good price, like where price should be. So you're always trying to target that, right? And this works best when you're trying to get into your overbought and oversold levels. It always bounces back to the place it came from, right? So here you become overbought, right? Where did it come from? It came from the price line here. Okay, no problem. There. Right? That's it. I don't know an easier way to do that. And you could trade down to every single one of these moving averages every time you break through one, right? You break through one, you can go to the next one. You didn't break through it, okay? You broke through it just massively and became oversold. So, and that's the way this one works. But there's more to it than that. I don't want to get into details of it. But this too has another special feature where you can use it either on 5-minute time frames only, right? You'll see something change. Okay. So now it's set for low volatility, and then it could be set for high volatility. There you go. Okay. There's that one. Mass Effects Monster. What else we got? Got this here. Order blocks, Mass Effects. Nope. Pitchfork. Nope. Profit. Nope. Maybe. No. Not going to show you that one. RSI chop. Let's see. Formula table. Yeah. Not much else to show you. I mean, I got a bunch of other things, but they're still in development, right? The Impossible RSI Range Trader. Let me see if... Yeah, I can't really show you that one. I don't think I can show you this one. I did create one thing, though. We all know about the easy algo, right? Let me just look at my messages here. I did add the newest version, but didn't show up. Also, the background color for trend change don't show the no trade dark area, at least on mine. Okay, yeah. So there's some more development I need to do on the void, and I'll be getting into that on a later date. I'm just kind of tied up with some other projects. So last thing I want to show you right here. We all know about the easy algo indicator, right? I really, really think that they stole my idea for the void and they republished it with some changes, and then they are charging you for it, right? I'm not cool with that. So one day I kind of being petty, and I created what's called the sleazy algo oscillator. And what it is, the sleazy algo is my version of their indicator. They created an indicator that tells you when to buy and when to sell, and this does exactly the same thing. I just don't have the buy-sell markers turned on in here, right? But basically, just by looking at their indicator, I was able to understand the code for their indicator, and I recreated it. So this is essentially the easy algo. I just made it look different. That's all. I just made it look different. And it's good to go. Like, you can use it straight off the bat. I just have to put the buy-sell indicators in there. That's all. That's it. It does a really good job of telling you when to like enter your swing, right? You get a red cross down with a red histogram to the downside. Great, you can enter short. You get a cross up with a blue histogram pointing up. Yep, you can enter long. See? Long, short, short, right? And then long, right? You can go long, but you need to have a high higher than the previous one. You're not higher. This is a high and a lower high, so you need to be higher, right? This is your most recent high now, and you're making a new one. So long from here. But yeah, so this is where I would end up entering the buy sell signals on this one, and it's pretty simple. So let's get rid of this. There we go. Go back here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that little chit chat we had just now. Gonna end up shutting this one down. Not a problem. Mass Effects was my favorite one. Still have the one that disappeared. JT, you still have the what do you call it? You still got the original. Good for you. Love the Void. Let me see. Okay. Jonathan Matthews. Oh, like when? Oh my God. I'm reading your messages. Hang on. Okay. Can we get this sleepy algo? All right. So for the sleazy algo, Murdoch, let me add the buy sell indicators on there. But I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not a solidified indicator. I made it really for fun, okay? I would not expect you guys to like use it and like make a whole bunch of money in the market. All right, and I would think that it would have plenty of failures in it because again, I did it based off of someone else's indicator, the easy algo, and I know for a fact that the person who created that is not a trader. Okay, he has nothing to do with the stock market. I'll get to your question in just a second, Maxim. And Jonathan, thanks for that. I see what you did there. Much appreciated. You didn't have to do that, but you know, I'll accept it. It's great. So anyway, so the sleazy algo. If you want to use it just for fun, yeah, go ahead. But guys, do not use it for like, you know, just like getting definitely, you know, like good trades. And what I'm going to do is so that there's no hiccups with TradingView, I'm going to release the sleazy algo. I'm going to release it on my website and I will link you guys to it. So you can just go straight to that page, grab the code, and you can put it, let me see. You'd be able to copy the code and put it directly into your Pine editor, okay? You just paste it right in there, right? Right click, paste, and just paste it in there and save it. You know, I'll put the instructions on how to do that. This way you can have it and it'll just be yours. I'll just give it to you for free, okay? The sleazy algo. What else we got? Can we get the sleepy? That's awesome. Looks like a great indicator. Byram. So, Byram, if you're talking about the awesome, it looks like a great indicator. If you're talking about the sleazy algo, it's pretty decent. I think it's a nice touch for a stochastic RSI. Again, there's different ways to make things show up on your chart, and sometimes just a slight visual change is all you need. Let me see. Let's see here. Go over here. I want to just kind of take a look at something. Yeah, see, the settings are kind of messed up. You shouldn't have these lines here. You should have something else here, and it's not working right. I think it's why I didn't really release it. So there we go. And again here, 5, 3, 3, 14, 14. There we go. High, low, close 2. There we go. That's a little bit better. I like that look. That's a better look. Yep. I like the way that looks. That's decent. And probably paired with the Makia trend. Probably comes up with a really good strategy. Let's see. We'll take this. I'll make this into 14. Right? And let's take a look here. Am I creating a strategy right in front of you guys? Is that what's happening right now? The RSI crosses up, right? Okay, RSI crosses up, and then it crosses 0. It crosses above 0 with a move up on your histogram, right? Okay, it's moving up, and you get a new high because your downtrend is over. Here's a high, here's the other high, right? You closed above it. Let's take a Fibonacci, go from the low to the close, right there. The close of this candle, what's the RSI value? It is, oh, it's not showing up, sorry. Status line. So this is, oh, this should really just be take profit 1. That's it. That's all you should be doing there is take profit 1. That's right here. So then you get a secondary move, I guess, right? Somewhere else you get a secondary move, which is right here. Another little push up right there. So, I mean, there might be some little, you know, strategy that you can do with this, and I'll help you come up with something, okay? And we'll see how that works. Let's see here. Let me see. Do you have to take in consideration, Maxim, this is you. Do you have to take in consideration Elliott wave Fibonacci based indicator? No, Maxim. I don't even use I didn't even know. Is there an Elliott wave Fibonacci based indicator? If there is, that's kind of weird. Sorry. It's weird that someone would create one. It's kind of cool though, but you know. Hey, Victor. Yeah, Victor, you haven't been around in a while, and neither have I. Welcome back. No, so Maxim, I don't have to take in Elliott wave Fibonacci based indicator. It's not really even a forethought. Let me see. Dre the Trader. Yeah, yeah, Dre. I'm gonna release that weird stochastic. You know, what do you call it? I'll release that for free, like on the website. Murdoch, let's see what you got. Yeah, I understand. I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. I am just waiting for a course so I can learn from you and share my doubts. Please make some platform where we can share something. Oh, Murdoch, it's coming, and I really hope you guys can connect nicely on it. I hope you enjoy using it. It will be slow to start with. You know, there won't be a whole lot of activity, but you know, hey, maybe you guys can actually help me populate it in its, you know, in its larger form. Because to be honest with you, I don't think there's any other, I don't want to say influencers, but I don't want to say that there's, I'll say content creators, right? I mean, you guys tell me, what do you call me? What do you call me on YouTube? I'm not a content creator, and I'm certainly not an influencer. I don't think so. If you guys think so, then hey, that's up to you. But I don't think there's anybody doing a channel like what I do. Who is creating an actual community elsewhere on the web, right? And if I'm the only one, then I'll be the only one to start. Of course, somebody eventually come along and copy that. Let me see. Now, I do have a Discord, but I really don't use it that often. Oh, sorry, Manau. JT, I mean, you were asking Manau what's his Discord. Call me guru. Joshua, it's funny that you call me guru because in the platform that I am building, there is a section where you can go in and you can take small courses or just kind of sit with me directly. There's a section in the website where you can take some pre-recorded videos of certain things, right, that I do privately. And you can learn from those recordings, essentially like a course. And that section of the website is called the Guru area. So thanks for that. When will be ready the website? I don't know, Victor, when the website will be ready. My time is like very consumed right now, so I'm sorry that it's taking so long. Really, just give me a couple more weeks, and I'll try and put together just a small section of the website for you guys to get into. I definitely want to have something available for you by the end of this month. Joshua, yes, you did call it. Let me see. Hey, Eric, when will I say JT? Unless you don't want me to share it, Eric. JT, if you're talking about my Discord, not sure what you're talking about. JT Trader. Oh, I see. Okay. Let me see. Murdoch. Fun fact is whenever I learn something but end up myself being confused, what time frame should trade? Murdoch. You trade the time frame that is easiest for you to understand. And you have to understand, if you think that you are trading 1 minute or 3 minute or 5 minute time frames because you're going to get into fast trades, then I'm going to tell you right now, you are not a scalper. You are just impatient. Okay? Be patient. Go to the 30-minute time frame and study what previously happened on the chart to understand, by the time this candle closes, should I enter long? Should I enter short? Or should I enter at all? Okay? Says little heads up. Let's see. Oh, what's your okay? We called you Guru. Really? Murdoch. Guru means teacher? What? In Hindi or Gujarati? What is it? Help me out here. Can you register to the website as well? Yes, Murdoch, you will be able to register to the website. All of you will. Spoiler alert. In the website, I will be offering an NFT. Okay? That NFT, if you buy that, it will get you an entire month of classes with me, one-on-one. Okay? If you purchase the NFT, that will be your access to Guru classes directly with me. All right? And that NFT, you can sell the NFT to somebody else if you want. I get it. An NFT can be a little pricey, right? Paying full price for the classes, that can be even more costly. There are people currently that are paying me. They're making offers to pay me $40 an hour just to have strategic conversation Zoom calls with me. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I am not going to try and pull punches and hold information from you guys. I'm being honest with you. I did not come up with that price. Someone approached me with that price, and I stuck with it. And they're wholeheartedly accepting it. There's a number of people on TradingView. There's a number of people on other platforms, from Reddit, from from Discord, from other groups, from Facebook. They came up with this price, and they were like, yes, Jonathan, it is a masterclass. That's exactly what it is. They came up with this, and I mean, to be honest with you, they're like, okay, I'll $40 an hour. And to be honest with you, we'll sit there for 3-4 hours. I'll go through a single payment of $40, and I'll be more than happy to sit there with them 2-3 hours at a time. That's fine by me. I want them to learn something, right? I want to make sure that they understand it. So anyway, give me 1 second here. And my cat made its way back into the room. So you see how you guys are going back and forth chatting with each other right now? It's really important that you just kind of pay attention to this. And I'll get back to the other comments you guys got on your chart on the screen in a second. It's really important that you guys have the availability to actually communicate directly with each other like you are right now. And that's what this platform is actually allowing you to do. This platform will allow you to send charting images, trade ideas, strategies, indicators, code. You'll be able to just do all this stuff directly with each other. At the same time, you'll be able to watch other people doing it with each other too, which will help you spawn new ideas. NHT, I'm glad you're back. A few of the indicators that I was talking about, NHT, Asmer, a few of the indicators that I talked about in this video, they do not exist on TradingView. They will be released when my website is released, because I want to give them to you through the website. There are several things which I've put onto TradingView. I waited a few days. TradingView took them down. I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense, and I don't want to have to deal with the restrictions. Okay, so you'll be able to get them from my website. Some of them are also in development, so they're not finished yet, which means you can't use something that's not finished. Just letting you know. I just want to let you guys see some of the stuff that's like in the works, right? Okay, so the way that you guys are communicating with each other right now, you'll be able to do that in more depth directly. You'll be able to contact each other directly through the website, okay? Yes, Momi. Yes, come here. And yeah, the community of the website, the community base of the website is just, it's very strategically being planned out so that you guys can't just get lost. Yes, Asimer, you can continue with me on TradingView. Not this evening. It's already 12:15 a.m. Okay, so I'm gonna be going to sleep in a minute. Murdoch, where's the website link? Okay, Murdoch, the website is coffeeshopcrypto.net. Like, what else would it be, right? But the website is closed right now. Crypto. There. Okay, coffeeshopcrypto.net. Go ahead and save it if you want to, but you know, eventually I'm going to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up putting up a page where you guys can actually register. You won't be able to do anything in the website. It'll just be a registration page so that when I finally do release the website, right? When I finally release the website, you will all get a notification. Everybody who has registered with the website will get a notification saying, hey, the doors are open. Come and join the coffee shop. That's it, right? Let me see. Can I start a Q&A poll? Nope, I can't do that. I wanted to see if I can add an image to the chat window, but I can't. Oh, wait, I know what I can do. Here, we'll do this. I'm going to go here, all right? I'm going to put something on the chart. Give me a second. Right? Give me a second. I'm just kind of loading up an image. I'm going to drop it up here. Anyway, so yeah, the community platform is really cool. I really like the way that the things are developing with it. But again, you know, my time is kind of limited. So I'm sorry that it's just taking a little longer than I wanted it to. Let's see. Done. Stage images, clips there. And then, Just give me a second. I'm just kind of pulling something up here. You can't see it yet. Where are you? There we go. So, how about that? Here, too. There, as an image. And here, as an image. There we go. I'm just going to kind of leave this up here. There you go. So anyway, I got some more messages on my screen. Does anyone have Market Watch app on their phone as well? Nope. Sorry. That's not off topic. Jonathan, it's not off topic. Let me see. Any other messages on the screen that I missed here? Can you open a chart for Nifty 50 just for a minute and teach me the basic analysis so I can understand better what time frame I should? Because my market is limited. Your market is limited? Why? What do you mean your market is limited? And Murdoch's, no, sorry, I can't do that. That's going into technical TA, and it's like I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty tired. I'm a little lightheaded right now. I am pretty tired. How long have we been running this live thing for? How long has this been going for now? I don't even know. Stream health here. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know. You're welcome, Murdoch. Sorry about that. Oh, I see. 9, 10, 11, 12. So like 3 hours. I think I've been on for like 3 hours now, if I remember correctly. I haven't been talking that long, but yeah. So there we go. Over here. I just want to see if there's any messages I was missing on the screen. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so there's going to be a number of things inside the website. And there will also be a live chat room. Now, the chat room works very much like this live chat does. However, you can actually put images in the chat room. It works like Well, it actually works like a Discord chat room, right? However, there's no bots in it. There's no scammers. There's no, whatever. There's no, dark web artists or whatever. There's none of the nonsense is in there, and it's built on a whole separate platform. So you don't have to worry about Nitro and all these advertisements showing up and all this other stuff, right? It's simply a chat room where you guys can just like communicate, collaborate together, stuff like that. And then there's the other part of the website itself where you'll be able to see trade ideas take place and, learn about strategies and learn about indicators that you never used before. And there's going to be basically, 3 types of people on the website. You got the average person who's a day trader, just like you guys, a day trader, scalper, swing trader, whatever. You guys are traders, right? And you all communicate with each other and learn from each other, as well as learning from Guru and, anyone else that you find in the website, right? Great. Now, doing that sounds just kind of passe and normal to any website. Okay, how about layer 2? Layer 2 is coders. There's a few people that want to work with me on this website, and their goal is to stick with me on coding new indicators and recoding old indicators into new ones, making them better. So there will be new indicators or new developments of current indicators, like the algo will simply get better, the void will simply get better, or the voodoo volume oscillator, which you guys have not seen. The voodoo volume oscillator is built to be like a replacement of the, It's a replacement of the void, but you don't have to use it. If you're comfortable using the void, stick with using it. If you don't want to use the void, you want to try something new, well, then you can use the voodoo. And the voodoo, let me see. Let me just kind of drop voodoo on my chart real quick. So for those of you who have not seen it, what do we have here? Makia trend, sleazy algo. Okay, there's that. Let's kind of pull this one down. And let's go to voodoo. There, right? And I'm getting messages. Okay, here we go. Eric's Maxim. Thanks, Maxim. I see your message. Hello, Eric. It's been a while. Okay, so I see a few people right there. Thanks. So here comes the voodoo, people. There. Voodoo volume oscillator, right? This is a volume oscillator that it beats the void. Like it's like flat out, it beats the void. It's very technical. It's straight from the bat, tells you when you have like small uptrends, big uptrends, scalps and stuff like that, and it's all based on volume. It has a point of control line. It has a threshold area that either the bulls or the bears have to cross, right? And it even shows you when volume is being consumed by one party or another. For example, obviously you have red bars to the downside, green bars to the upside. But what happens when you have both red and green on the upside? Well, you must be in a really strong uptrend, okay? Really strong uptrend going on. Also, this line here, point of control, right? This would be the bearish threshold, bullish threshold, right? And when they cross that threshold, then you know that they are in control of the market. And that's basically it, okay? Sounds real simple, but as this plays out, it's pretty wicked. It is a pretty deadly indicator, okay? Length 50, let's set it for 200 just to get a better look at it. There, I'll let it load up. Let's pinch it out. Anyway, there. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. There and here. So you can see that all of this is like super force, pushing down, and it's having trouble breaking above this threshold. Like gets above the threshold here, you can take your little longs, right? But you're still below on your volume. So this is a highly technical indicator for volume. Yes, it's called the voodoo because it's like witch doctor magic. Let me see. Can't wait. Let's see. Looking forward for voodoo. I personally didn't find a way to use void. Oh, Maxim, I'm sorry about that. Maybe you and I should spend a little time together. I can show you very simple ways to use the void. Okay, it's a very simple breakdown of a volume indicator. I've seen a video with the voodoo. Looks awesome. Can't wait to play with that. So you know what? I have an idea. Why don't we test this out? Anybody who is using the void right now, why don't you get with Maxim on TradingView, right? And just like give him a hand. Like just kind of connect with him over Zoom calls. Just kind of collaborate with the dude and show him how you use the void oscillator, the bull bear power void, right? And again, that is what this community being built is about. I can develop indicators and strategies only. Good morning, RR. Good morning. I can only develop indicators and strategies to the point of my understanding of certain things, right? And there are other things. Thanks, Murdoch. Get with Maxim and see what you can do. There are certain types of volume or indicators or methods in trading that I appreciate and that I understand and that I'm comfortable with. So I'll develop indicators to kind of follow through with all of that stuff. But let's say I was the equivalent of 10 different people, okay? Then my interests, my understanding, and so on, it becomes more broad. So what if you were talking with me, right? And talking about strategies? That's one thing. Now, what if you were talking with 10 different versions of me? You know, like Kang in, Quantumanium. There's like 10 versions of me. Mind bending. Thanks. What if you were dealing with like 10 different versions of me? Well, you would get more understanding of several things, right? So that's like what you should be doing. You guys talking with each other more directly, going over strategies and indicators and ideas and stuff like that, that helps broaden your interest, your knowledge, and your understanding of what you're working with. So I think it's really important to have this thing. Let's see. Hold on. Cup of tea. Last sip. Okay. All right, guys. I got a couple of messages on my screen. I got to get to those. And I think I'm going to shut the stream down in just a second. Just want to say thanks to everybody coming through. Glad you were able to just join me on this impromptu thing. I have a couple of videos that I will be shooting tomorrow so that you guys can actually follow them when you choose. They are covering a couple of things that I did go over in this live stream, but this live stream is not being recorded. So tomorrow I will upload a couple of videos breaking down. I want to do a video. What do you call it? I want to do a video breaking down how to use the new version of the Bull Bear Power Void. Don't worry, I didn't update it recently. It's just that when I did update it last time, I did not get a chance to make a video based on better entries and exits and stuff like that, right? I didn't get a chance to do that with you guys. So I'm going to do a video on the Void tomorrow, and I'll upload that. And I'm also going to do a nice breakdown video of technical analysis and how to use the algo when it's showing you those like trend line breaks of the RSI, okay? Because trend line breaks of the RSI are really, really important, especially when you wait for the 1-2 move. And listen to what I said. You break your trend line with your RSI, and then you wait for the 1-2 move in your RSI in one direction, okay? And that will help you get into trades, and it'll actually help you understand, hey, I should have gotten into this trade by now. I didn't get in. The entry didn't show up, but I got the 1 move from the RSI. Where's the 2 move? If you're not getting the 2 move, well, that's probably because it's never coming and the entire trend is probably changing. So yeah, just some stuff to get into. I'm trying to get you guys to the level of where you are not fully using indicators to trade in your charts. Instead, you're using the indicators to confirm things. I should do videos based on price action, right? lots of videos based on price action. You guys got to understand that stuff, and it's really important that you do. If you can understand price action on a high time frame, then you can immediately drop down to a short time frame, like a smaller time frame, and enter your trade, set your take profit, and walk away. You would literally be trading for about 20 minutes in the day, set a super position, and walk away. Just go live your life. All right, so last few messages on the screen, and I'm going to head out. Let me see. I use it. It's all good. Okay. Yep. Murdoch, do me a favor. See if you can get together with Maxim. Also, Dre or anybody else. See if you can get together with Maxim. If you can't like communicate with each other because of certain restrictions on TradingView, then don't worry. Just get with me directly, and you can get me at this email address here. Send me a message at this email address. Here you go. Admin at. Okay. And just like let me know you're trying to get in touch with somebody. I probably have them on my screen. Okay. Let me see. This is why I never push Eric, sir, because it's hard, so I stick. Murdoch, I'll help you out. Okay. We got to figure out some time to get together. Murdoch, you sent me a message on TradingView. I don't remember if you did. Let me take a look. I don't remember if you did. Let's see. There. It's been a long time since. Okay. It's Maxim. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Murdoch. I don't know if you sent me a message on TradingView. Do me a favor and send me one anyway. And we'll see what you and I can put together. Okay. Or send me an email, actually. Yeah, you got my my email address right there. So, send me an email, and we'll see what we could work out. All right. Let's see. Thanks for showing us the new settings on the algo. Yep, you got it. I would love it if you did a price action video. Good, Joshua. Nice. I know I could definitely learn a lot from. Yes, Joshua. I want to do several price action videos. Absolutely. I have to get into that because it will teach you guys to be actual traders instead of indicator followers. All right. Just said it. Thanks, Murdoch. I think I just heard it come over my headphones. Eric, do you do custom indicators? Dre, yes, I do custom indicators. So far this year, I have built 3 of them. I'm working on a massive one right now for someone else. But if there's something that you do want to have coded for you, then yes. Thank you, Jonathan. Again, double for that. For the thing you did earlier, as well as the appreciate message just now. Thanks a lot. Let me see. So Dre, about the custom indicators. Yes, absolutely. I will make a custom indicator for you. I'll make a custom indicator for anybody else. Doesn't really matter. Just you and I have to sit together. We can sit together over Zoom, Dre, and discuss like, what do you want the indicator to do? What would you like it to look like a little bit? Like, what are you trying to get out of the indicator? Okay. And it's all relative to information you get from me. I need to know what you want, because what you want is going to be dependent on how you trade, right? I can't just make an indicator and have you change your trading style to match that, okay? So you and I need to sit together. It could be a 30-minute Zoom call. It could be a 10-second Zoom call for all I know. It could be like so write out some bullet points. This is why I'm saying this now. Write out some bullet points, figure out what it is you want, try and be as elaborate as possible, and we'll just whittle out exactly how to make it work, or if your idea works at all. We'll find out, right? And I'm going to be honest with you. If you have an idea for an indicator, and this goes for everybody in the chat room, if you have an idea for a custom indicator and you start discussing it with me, I might stop you in your tracks and tell you, hey, stop. That's a stupid idea. Because there have been times where I've been in a Zoom call with someone and they want an indicator. They want it to do X, Y, and X, Z. And I tell them, no, that's not going to work. You can't do that. You can't just slap certain things together and expect them to work. It doesn't always work that way. The code has limitations and the chart has limitations. and you can't make something that like predicts the future. So I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to force you to really think about what you want to get out of it. So just want to give you a heads up about that. All right. I want to enhance my knowledge and jump on the indicator. Okay, you got it, Murdoch. We'll get together. I did get your blip over my earphones, and Murdoch, you have my email address. Send me an email. Okay, definitely send me an email. All right. Okay, Dre, you're going to send me an email with the snapshot settings in a moment. I'm a momentum trader. Okay, no problem. Momentum trader, good move. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it. I think we're kind of done with the stream today, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, right? Just waiting for everybody to say good night. Check in with me anytime you get a chance. Always hit me on TradingView. Always hit me, via email. You got me right there. And of course, support the channel. I don't know if you guys got this earlier in the video or not, but again, I'm going to bring this up again, okay? And you know what? Everybody wants what do you call it? Here's a nice little contest. Okay, how about this? I'm taking off the voodoo. I'm going to put on the sleazy. Okay, the sleazy algo oscillator. How about this? If I don't get a chance, okay, to get the website to a point where I can let you guys get in too quickly, like if I'm a little tied up, I want to get the sleazy algo out to you guys, okay? As funny and fun as this thing is, okay? I want you guys to have this. But what I want from you is one thing. Share the link for the algo. ALGO. Okay. Oh, wait. The reason I say this, the Heiken Ashi algo, right? Share the link for this thing. Put it into Reddit, boards, put it into Discord chat rooms, just kind of whatever. Link it to a video, whatever. Just let people know they got to get it. Here's what I want. I want to see if we can get this to 2,000 boosts. Right? And see how fast we can get there. I don't want to set like too much of a time frame. But let's say, I don't know, next 10 days, right? Should be able to do that in 10 days. I want to see if we can get to 2,000 boosts. If we get to 2,000 boosts, what I will do is I will quickly do whatever it takes to put a page up that you guys can be linked to in the website, and you can go and get the sleazy algo and play with it, use it. It's a momentum oscillator. It is a momentum oscillator, just like you're talking about, Dre. And it does a nice cool thing. Like you can see, like the green is a little bit darker here, then it fades to light green, and the red does the same thing. So it's like a nice fading color. It's got a it's like a three-dimensional stochastic RSI. Nice color to it. So anyway, so yeah, help me get those boosts up, and I'll release this thing with access to the website faster. I'll prioritize for you. Okay, that's what I wanted to get at. So let me see. You're welcome, Jonathan. Eric, do you do custom indicators? Yes. Okay. Okay. Exactly. I want to enhance my knowledge. Okay. Okay. Murdoch, how do you get what? I'll share it. I have 9K subs as well on my. Oh, Murdoch, you want the link to the indicator, to the algo? Okay, no problem. I'll send it to you in TradingView because you just gotta right click it and copy it, and paste it. Let me see. I'll post the link on the other dude's YouTube, and everyone in here go agree that it's a bet. Dude, Jonathan, that's a great idea. So for those of you in the room who don't know what Jonathan is talking about, he's going to take the link for the algo. He's going to paste it. He's going to put the link in what? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Jonathan wants to take the link for the algo, and he wants to put it into the easy algo trading channel, like video, like you want to put into the video of the easy algo, and then all of us have to go there and like that comment. You got me? So like we're going to follow Jonathan to the guy's page that copied my code and copied my indicator. And we're all going to say, hey, we like the original one. It's better. Dude, that's fucking great. I like that. Jonathan, thank you so much, bro. It's awesome. That's awesome. I needed that. That's awesome. So, let's see. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Yeah. I'm going to shut it down. I will catch you guys. Oh, Murdoch, you need that link, right? Hang on a second. Let me get you a link there, buddy. Hold up. I didn't want to lose the page that I'm on, so let me go here. Almost ready. One of the easy ways you can get the link, Murdoch, is you can go to my profile on TradingView, and under scripts, you can click on any one of these scripts that are in my profile. You can copy the link of that script. It's just taking a second to open because I got a really crappy connection where I am right now. Is it there? Nope, not there. There we go. So under scripts, Stochastic, Heikin-Ashi algo oscillator right there. So I've got the link and Murdoch. There. There's your link. Okay. And here, bloop. It's maximum. Yeah, so I thought you had something on here, Murdoch. Murdoch, I think that's you right here, right? There. There you go. All right, guys. What does that say? This was invented by the... Oh, shit, that's funny. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks. I will see you all. Well, I guess you'll see me in the video for tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for coming to the coffee shop.